365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello, you are listening to the 365 Flicks podcast.
We are back.
We are back. It's been a while.
With an OG episode.
What?
OG. Hashtag OG. Old school.
This is
OG.
episode 71.
Original OG.
Fuck off.
Right.
This isn't a... So this is the 365 Flicks podcast.
Yes,
I am
it
the
is.
Scottish weed and whore, Chris.
And I am the pissy ex-video store clerk, Kev.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. The Star-Lord cosplaying mofo.
Well, no, you haven't done it yet.
Well, not yet, but I will, because I look just like him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, allegedly.
I'm living off that.
The guy was completely wankered, by the way. But
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. He came up to me and he says, "Hey, you look like Star-Lord." And from that, I got, "You look like Star-Lord." And I said, "Yes, you
I
are
think
right."
he was also Cockney, which also deducts points.
It doesn't deduct points. It
Sure
just
it does.
it just takes them away. So yeah, this is episode 71 of the 365 Flicks podcast. The last episode that we did. If you haven't listened to episode 70 yet, I recommend that you go back into your feed, press episode 70, and listen to that, because it was our part 1 review of Sci-Fi Weekender, which was
Damn good
fantastic.
interview,
It was a great interview, and you know what, man? We've been getting some fantastic feedback from that interview, and we've been getting some people reaching out and saying, "Dude, cracking interview. I've done this. I've done that. Would you like to speak to me? Would you?" And we've been getting a bit diva-ish and just saying no.
Well, to be fair, I've had a shitty week.
You have had a shitty week.
So I've been shooting people down left, right and centre.
Yeah, that's to be fair, you can't take them all on.
Well,
You can't.
I can and I will.
But okay, that's fine. But yeah, the last episode's getting some fantastic feedback. It's doing really well, and I really want you all, if you haven't listened to it yet, to go back and listen to it. Listen to our awesome interview with Tom Payton and Mike Beckingham, the director and star of the movie Redwood, which is coming out later in the year.
Keep an eye out for that one.
Keep an eye out for that, which we got to see when we went to Wales.
Wales.
And Wales. And it was fantastic, and we loved it.
It was damn good.
And it's highly recommended by this podcast, which is, I believe that's going to be on their poster.
Oh shit, that would be amazing.
It probably won't
No,
be.
it won't be, but
It
that
won't
would be amazing.
That was just me bullshitting. That Tom, if you're listening, please don't stop talking to us. That was...
Or just put it on the fucking poster.
Well, yeah. It should be like, 365 Flicks should be on this fucking poster. 365 Flicks.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, go back, listen to that episode, but for now... This is episode 71. We have a chock-a-block show. And would you like to tell the good people what our top 5 is and what the rest of the show is going to be about?
Yes, it's a nice simple top 5. Probably the easiest one we've done in a little while.
Yeah.
Although it feels like it's about fucking 6 months ago that we last did a regular episode.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It's not. It's only like a month or whatever.
Yeah.
But, so nice easy top 5 this week. It is top 5 TV villains.
Yay!
How'd you get on?
So the shite bags of TV.
Exactly. How'd you get on?
I was doing well, and then I got really frustrated because you know, sometimes I like to have Lindsay as a soundboard. So I say to her, "Okay, darling, top 5 TV villains. What have you got?" And she said Dirty Den, to which I stood up and walked out the room. And when I came back, I was like, "Okay, let's try this again. Top 5 TV villains." And yeah, that was her input. But to be fair, she did give me 2 people that did end up being on my list after that.
Was it Angie?
It wasn't Angie, no. Dirty Den, man.
Was it Phil?
Phil. Phil's not a bad guy, he's just an alcoholic. Being an alcoholic doesn't make you a bad guy.
No.
No, it just means you skirt the lane.
To be fair, I'm just one bad week away from being an alcoholic anyway. So
Exactly. We've also got some news coming up for you. I've got some interesting talking points for the news. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The what have you been watching section.
I'm going to talk about the BAFTAs.
The BAFTAs. Are we going to do just the pilot section?
No, because I haven't watched it.
Yeah, neither have I.
That's fine.
So
then.
that's all good.
That's a successful news segment then.
Well, what we will do, because we recorded our new Indie Talks today, We recorded that interview. So when that interview comes out, we will put that on the start of there because that was quite a short interview. So we'll throw it in there and we'll get back to it another time.
Be fine.
Yeah, whatever. Or I might just be talking out my arse and that won't actually happen. As tends to be the way we do things.
Well, you're the editor extraordinaire, so I'll just bow to you.
So, where can people find us, Chris?
Well, Kevin.
Thank you.
People can find us on, as everybody knows, the Facebooks and the Twitters. If you search for 365 Flicks Podcast, that's how that works. You can also look for our shiny, awesome website with many, many cracking reviews written by Kev himself.
Not so much lately. I've been slacking.
Been a busy old time.
It has been, it has been.
To be fair, I didn't wake up, like, after Wales, I didn't wake up for about 3 days.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, a zombie kind of
Was
thing.
you a zombie? Cranberries, great song. Crack on.
I've got no idea what the fuck you're going on
I
about.
know you don't.
Website is 365flixpodcast.co.uk. You can also have a look for us on a couple of cheeky networks. We are on nerdly.co.uk, our British home.
Phil's awesome. Phil's awesome over there.
He is awesome.
He is awesome. You've been looking after us. Yep.
Rightly so.
Just wanted to say that.
Yeah. We're on Weeby Geeks as well.
Yes, we are, which is also an awesome podcast website.
And then the Tangerine Network, run by Mark.
Still awesome. No, I do. I love Tangerine. Mark's a great dude. He looks after us as well.
And then I forget the name of it. Wicked Radio Network, run by Big. How could I forget Big Sexy Dev?
Big Sexy Dev and his
bless him,
tiny sexy
with his
hands.
little Donald Trump hands. And then on the Twitters, we are on #PodernFamily, which you can find lots and lots of awesome podcasts on there.
Awesome, cheeky,
as
awesome
well as
podcasts. Which, if you keep an eye out, a previous guest on our Indie Talk episodes is going to be hopefully doing some little spots on a few of the other ones. Andrea
You've kind of pimped him out, haven't you?
I've pimped him out like some bitch. Yeah.
He did ask to be.
He came to me and he says, Kev, awesome Kev, what can you do for me, buddy? And I said, give me 2 days and I'll do something for you. And yeah, he's hopefully going to be guesting on some, one of which possibly going to be History of Bad Ideas with Jason the Briggs Brigger.
Well, that was my idea, to be fair.
That was your idea. I pretty much went, fuck them. But you were like, no, they are good American chums of ours.
Although, Brigger can fuck off.
Yeah.
Because he keeps making Undertaker jokes.
Yeah.
You're
not happy with that,
I'm not. No, I'm not. No. And he fucking knows it.
Yeah, he knows it. That's why he keeps doing it.
I know.
Brick is the American me.
Yeah. Although, we are. I'm in the middle of organising a fantasy league of.
Yeah, let's talk about the trade thing.
Oh, let's not talk about the trade thing.
Can we do trades? I need trades. I need gentleman trades.
Right. So we are doing a WWE fantasy league, which will be starting a payback and going up to WrestleMania. So Jason's in the same group as I am.
Yes, he is.
I told him the other day I was going to give him a whooping for all the Undertaker jokes, and Jason's reply was, "Bring it, cunt."
Yeah, which dude's really taken on the C word, which I'm really happy about.
I think we've taught them that.
I feel when we go over to Cincinnati, because by the way, we are going over to Cincinnati to Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Now in a minute, if anything.
We're going to be meeting our American cohorts, the History of Bad Ideas, and hopefully Big Sexy Dev, and whoever else is going to be there. I think there's a few other podcasters going to be there.
Number one fan Doug.
I cannot wait to meet number one fan Doug. So I can ask him, like, are there, allegedly, do children actually get abused at Disneyland? Because I've heard that. I have heard that, and I just, like...
Are you sure you weren't just watching Family Guy or something?
It probably was Family Guy.
Or The Simpsons.
But
it's a bit dark with The Simpsons. Probably Family Guy.
Yeah. If anybody's going to know, it'll be Doug, because he's there, like, every 2 minutes. But yeah...
What if you ask him that and he, like, breaks down in tears?
When we go over there... I feel we should take a T-shirt for Brigger that, on the front, says cunt, and on the back says, don't worry, I'm taking it back. Because Americans are really, really, like, meh about it.
They're kind of meh about everything.
Yeah, they are right now, but I mean...
I was having a conversation with Jeff, who I've also got a bit of beef with. I'll come to that in a minute. Yeah, I was having a conversation with Jeff. Or was it? I think it was Jeff. About what words you can and can't use.
Oh, God.
And mong is just not a word allowed at all.
Really?
Or tard.
Tard, I can understand tard.
But
that is...
It's just a word. It's just mong.
Mong, I don't get that one, because it's short for Mongolian.
Well,
which is like a race of people, so that's fine.
You could say that. But then
Exactly.
That's total racist.
It's not racist. It's just... it's a...
Okay, let's move on. But yeah, Jeff, on Hobie's episode from this Tuesday, yesterday? What day are we on? Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yesterday. So they were having a conversation last week about the best Intercontinental Champion
Right.
of all time.
Okay.
So I sent in a dev correction for them to read out because, they were wrong. That HBK was the best ever Intercontinental Champion. And Jeff, the motherfucker, said that HBK was overrated. Which, don't you fucking dare.
I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not going to agree with that, but I'm not going to disagree with that. I'm not saying he he's not. It's HBK. He is what he is. He's the foundations of the WWE. But is he that good?
Yeah, he's that good.
Are you going to be drafting him?
Well, no.
Well, I thought he was the best.
Well, that's fucking stupid, isn't it? Right.
I'm drafting Bobby Roode, and he's NXT.
You draft him if you want to draft him.
I think I'm going to draft Joe Hendry. Would you be okay with that?
Nothing to do with me.
Right. So anyway, let's get into the show proper because this is dragging on.
Yeah, innit?
And I've noticed this section is starting to drag on every time we do it.
Next thing you know, we'll be Hobie and we're spending an hour and a half on the opening thing.
Exactly. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. But
not
first of all, let's go on to the news. I will quickly play my Big Ben bongs. Bingity bingity bong. And let's get into it, man. The news.
I've got a couple of cheeky bits.
Can we start with the news that just broke today?
Which one?
We'll start with Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin, for those who don't know, has been cast as Cable in Deadpool 2. Somebody who wasn't on anyone's list. But
it's a bit of a meh.
Yeah.
He's a versatile actor. I'm sure he'll be fine.
I think he's hugely underrated, I think.
It's just a bit of a whimper, isn't it?
Well, to be honest, to have all these people, like your P.S. Brosnans, I think Keira Knightley at one point, your Stephen Lang, you've had all these amazing actors come before who would have been perfect for the role, and then out of left field, out of completely nowhere, all of a sudden they give it to Josh Brolin, which is kind of like, I know what you mean. It's kind of like, nobody was talking about him, but cool, whatever. I do like Josh Brolin. I can't wait to see what he does.
I'm sure he'll be fine.
I'm sure he will.
Meh.
It's a 4-picture deal. He's going to be playing the Cable character 4 times. Now, I told you my theory, and I think that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be in 4 Deadpool movies. I think it basically means he's going to be in Deadpool. He's going to be in, Task Force X or Strike Force, the shitty spin-off that X-23 is going to be in. He's probably going to be in that. He's probably going to be in a couple of X-Men movies. He's the new Hugh Jackman, is what I'm saying. That's my theory.
So do you think that Deadpool is actually going to be in an X-Men film?
Yes.
Like a proper X-Men film?
Yes. He kind of has to be at some point. They can't have... It would be great if he wasn't, because then they could keep playing that joke, and that joke doesn't get old, because he's not actually in an X-Men movie. So that would be good. But they're gonna do it. They'll do it because it's a cash cow.
Yeah, well, there's no way they're not continuing with the character.
No way,
because that's the only X-Men property that gives them money, earns them money, really. But I just don't know how that's going to work, because if they're doing a sort of, say, apocalypse type X-Men movie, which is all dark and fucking gritty and serious and shit, and then you've got him coming in, breaking the fourth wall and making jokes about Patrick Stewart or James McAvoy.
That doesn't really work.
That'll not work at all.
It doesn't. So yeah, maybe they'll just keep them separate and they'll let the other characters cross over and stuff. But yeah, that news just broke today.
I'm sure Josh Brolin, will be fine. I'm sure he'll be fine. It's just a bit of a...
Yeah. It is a wet fart, so I'll give you that. Anything else?
Yeah.
Good. Because that would have been a very short news section.
Is that all you've got?
No, I've got a few more.
Right.
I've got loads more.
Speaking of casting news.
Oh.
This means nothing to anyone.
Okay.
It's another meh. Jude Law
Who? Young Dumbledore.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw
And
that.
Fantastic Beasts 2. Meh.
No, I'm not overly what. Like, Fantastic Beasts wasn't that good anyway.
It was nowhere near good. It was fucking crap.
It's not exactly the strength of the Harry Potter series. It's clearly a movie that's based off nothing.
It's based on a book in the Harry Potter series.
Exactly, so it's based on nothing. It's just something that an executive went, oh, Fantastic Beasts,
Yeah.
where they found them. That sounds brilliant. Hey, what's her name?
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. You don't fancy getting off your fucking pedestal and writing another film, do you? And that's what she did. And
You do have beef with that woman, don't you?
Oh, big time. And she got off her pedestal and she wrote Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
I think it was more, J.K. Rowling, do you want to make some more money on Harry Potter?
Yeah,
Yes, please.
On top of that pedestal that's held up by all the money you've made. Because you have all the money.
That's fine. I've got nothing against
I've got nothing against having all the money. Fair play to that.
Just give me some of the money.
Just the fact that she's a bit of a raging bitch. Allegedly. Allegedly.
I'm sure she's fine. But yeah, I just... Fantastic Beasts was crappy. I did watch it, but I wasn't interested in the film to start with. But, meh.
Yeah, I know.
Very meh.
I know what you're saying.
Next.
So, some DC news. I've got a couple of bits of DC news. But the rumour that came out this week, and I don't know how true this is yet, but the rumour is that Shazam is all but dead in the water.
I read that, yeah. And he's been incorporated into
Yes.
Justice League 2 or something.
So, no, he is...
Or was it Man of Steel 2?
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, as Black Adam, is allegedly, reportedly, going to be the big bad in Man of Steel 2, which I'm cool with. I like that. I don't know much about Black Adam as is.
I
So
think he was a Superman villain, no?
I don't know. It could be done. He's still apparently getting his own solo movie that came out yesterday. That he's definitely still getting his own Black Adam movie.
See, I keep thinking you're going to say Blackadder.
See, I'm not really that surprised about this because he's been cast as Black Adam for like the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And Shazam, nobody's ever spoken about who's going to play Shazam.
It's not a big...
It's not.
It's not a big shock, really. The only thing I would say with that is casting him as the villain in Man of Steel 2 is you're supposed to be rooting for Superman, surely.
Well, yeah.
And it's The Rock.
But The Rock's awesome.
So you're going to be saying, kick his ass, Rock.
But Black Adam's a baddie, and you're going to want him just to give him a rock bottom.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. If he did a people's elbow on Superman.
And then
Could you imagine
he
that?
did the people's eyebrow.
People's eyebrow, that would be even better. But yeah, that's where we are with Shazam. It looks like it's indefinitely off the table. We don't know for definite, but it looks like it's not going to be getting done any time.
I'm really not bothered, to be honest with you.
I'm not that fussed.
Just fuck that shit, make Man of Steel 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Batman news. It's Batman's 80th birthday in 2019. And they have decided, Warner Brothers, apparently again, it's all just sort of the rumour mill. You don't know what to trust, but it's DC, so you wouldn't put anything past them. But for Batman's 80th birthday, we may be getting 4 or 5 Batman-centric movies.
Right.
Yep. Now, bear in mind...
Is that including like Lego Batman and
No.
cartoony Batman?
No. Bear in mind, this does come from Reddit. And as we know, Reddit is written by bigger fucking journalist hacks than Movie Pilot. So, you can't put all your faith in this. But what has been said is that we are going to be getting, in 2019, a Gotham City Sirens movie.
Yeah.
Now we know that's coming, so that's, Batman's going to be in there somewhere. It's a Gotham City Sirens movie, so he has to be. We are allegedly getting a Nightwing movie in 2019. We already kind of know that that's on the boil because that's been, they've all but said we're doing a Nightwing movie. We are getting Batflex the Batman in the end of 2019. I think it's now like November. We're getting that. So Batflex Batman's going to be coming out. And a Batgirl movie, which Joss Whedon has said, or it's pretty much confirmed now.
It is confirmed.
It's confirmed now. So that's 4 definites. It's about as definite as you can get. And apparently there's going to be the Long Halloween story that was done. It's like a big Batman story. I've not read it, so I'll hold my hands up. But we're going to be getting an animated version of that. much in the same vein as the Killing Joke. So we're going to be getting an
Hopefully
anime.
better than the Killing Joke.
Hopefully. Hopefully they won't just add an extra 40 minutes in for no fucking reason whatsoever. So yeah, we're looking at least 4, possibly 5, maybe 6. Now the only thing that put a dampener on this for me was that one of the head executives at Warner Brothers / DC Movies, he tweeted to Jeff Johns saying, who would have known that we were doing 5 Batman movies in 2019? Can we not have 10? And then Jeff Johns, who, as we all know, is the big head honcho over at DC Warner Brothers for the whole Justice League thing, he then tweeted back saying, how about 25? So they're joking about it, they're having a bit of a laugh, but even though it's on Reddit, which, like I say, you can't trust, it sounds like we're going to be getting at least 4 Batman-centric movies.
I'm okay with that.
I love that.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean,
I'm all about that shit.
But it's not a Batman movie.
No,
it's a Batman appearance.
Yeah,
it's like,
because you would imagine he's going to be in Nightwing.
It's like, you know, Tony Stark showing up in Captain America: Civil War wasn't an Iron Man movie.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So yeah, but I'm okay with that. I'm good with it.
And Tony Stark taking over the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer. Tony Stark being in every fucking Marvel movie going. So yeah, it's the same sort of premise. So I'm good with it.
Yep.
And if Batfleck wants to make all these Batman movies, I'm all Batflecked out. I'm happy.
Good lad.
But on the same little thing, there were a few notes to be made, and I just wanted to get your feeling on some of these. Apparently Batman, the main villain, is still going to be Deathstroke.
Okay.
Happy with Deathstroke?
With Joe blah.
Yes.
From True Blood?
Yes. Did you also see that the Deathstroke in the Arrow TV show is being replaced?
Okay.
He's coming back, but it's not going to be Manu Bennett.
Why the hell not?
I don't know. I really don't know, because he was fucking perfect.
Yeah, that's no, I don't like that.
He was perfect, wasn't he? He was absolutely perfect. Yep. So I was a little bit gutted with that. The main villain in the Nightwing solo film is going to be Grant Wilson. I don't know who the fuck that is.
No.
Suicide Squad. They are apparently replacing Harley Quinn, and it's going to be Killer Frost who takes her role.
Oh, so I thought you meant they're recasting Harley Quinn.
No. Because obviously she's going to be in
Gotham Knights.
Yeah,
Gotham Sirens. Sorry,
Gotham City Sirens is Harley, Ivy, and Catwoman.
Right.
And so apparently, because she's moving over to that, Killer Frost is going to be taking over her role in, because you've got to have a sexy female up in the Suicide Squad. So yeah, apparently it's Killer Frost.
Okay.
Who they're sort of doing in Flash just now.
Yeah, I've stopped watching that.
But yeah, does that mean that Flash is going to be losing Killer Frost? Because every time they put somebody in a movie, the TV shows lose them.
Do we care?
Not
you still
really.
watching Flash or?
Nah.
Fish.
And one thing that really did get me going, and I hope this happens, but it looks like because he's writing the Man of Steel sequel, the director could possibly be Matthew Vaughn.
Oh, okay.
Of X-Men First Class and what was that last one? The Kingsman movies.
Yeah.
So
and Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass. I'm all about that.
Yeah, that's good.
Matthew Vaughn would be good for that. It's a little bit different to sort of the Snyder thing, but okay, I'll go with it.
But there's nothing wrong with letting somebody else have it.
No, there's nothing wrong with it at all, but
as long as it didn't go Bryan Singer and bring in a fucking Superboy and
yeah, no thanks. But yeah, so that's DC news for you.
But how excited are we that Joss Whedon's going to be writing and directing Batgirl?
It's pretty badass.
Isn't it?
It is. It's about time.
Did you listen to the latest Pop Culture Cafe? No, that's not right.
What culture?
You know, Jim and Eric.
Oh yeah, Weird Science.
Yeah,
Weird Science Pop Culture.
That's
the
one.
It's like the spin-off podcast. Yeah.
Aye. Pop Culture Cafe's another one.
Yeah, that's another.
Yeah, not that one. That one. Yeah, they were talking about that.
Okay.
On the latest episode.
Okay.
And they were saying that there must be people who are bitching and moaning because Joss Whedon's directing it and not a woman.
Really?
Yeah. People bitch about everything.
That is mental.
Isn't it? Ugh. They correctly raised the point, you can't get much more You know, you can't get a guy who will write a strong female much more than Joss Whedon.
You know, you got your Buffys, you got your Faiths, you got that Dollhouse show. You know, he writes amazing strong females. Summer Glau in fucking Firefly.
Scarlet, you know, Black Widow.
I mean, come on.
People are arseholes, you know that?
People are massive.
So who do you think they should cast as Batgirl in?
Batgirl,
I'm going to throw a name at you.
Oh, go on then.
And I don't know if you'll like it or not.
I hope it doesn't hurt.
Rosario Dawson.
I would love it. I would absolutely love it, but it's not going to happen because she's in all those Daredevil shows.
Yeah, but you can get to work with Joss Whedon.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, and if anybody could deliver some Joss Whedon dialogue with aplomb,
I think she would be fucking awesome in that.
She would be, and I'd like that.
Or Halle Berry. What could possibly go wrong? Right.
Okay, on that note, let's move on.
No, Rosario Dawson. We're calling it Rosario Dawson.
I'd like a bit of Rosario.
Yeah.
I'd be alright with that.
You can never have too much Rosario Dawson. So.
No, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Thor Ragnarok trailer?
That was actually my next bit of news.
Well, shit a brick.
Let's talk briefly about Thordians of the Galaxy Squad.
Oh, you made that joke online already. Lol. That's not going to work now, are you? Because you've repeated the joke that you've already made.
No, the other one I had was Tron Ragnarok. That was another one I had.
That's okay. That was
good. I had a few, actually.
How fucking awesome did the 80s titles look, though? It looks great.
But it's not in keeping with anything we've seen from Thor.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
It's not really anything wrong with it. It is a space movie. It should be a bit mental. It's just like, holy shit, how fucking left field can you get from the Dark World?
Well, that's a good thing, because
that
fuck
is
the Dark World.
That is a good
how
thing.
fucking hot does Kate Blanchett look?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Damn.
Yeah, she does look pretty badass.
It looks great.
It does look great. Wasn't massively, and everybody's losing their shit saying it's like the best line of the whole trailer when he's like, oh, I know him from work. Wasn't massively keen on that. But, you know, it does look badass. It had some pretty cool action sequences in the trailer. And as we all know, when it comes to Phase 1, probably even Phase 2 and onwards and stuff, probably until The Winter Soldier, Thor 1, not the second one, Thor 1, still stands out as my favourite Marvel MCU.
In Phase 1, anyway, that was the most surprising one for me, because I was expecting to hate it, and I bloody didn't. I loved it.
I loved Thor. Like I say, right up until The Winter Soldier, Thor was my number one MCU movie. Yeah.
What? Even before Avengers Assemble?
I prefer Thor over Avengers. See, though, I go back and I watch Avengers Assemble, it holds up, don't get me wrong, I'm not taking anything away from the movie, it does hold up. It's just not for me. Avengers just isn't for me. I actually prefer Age of Ultron over Avengers.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. We should revisit that. We did that a while back where we ranked all the MCU movies. We should do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that again.
We'll do it for next time.
Not next time. Because we need to see, like, another one first.
Well, you know what would actually help with that if you actually went to a fucking cinema to watch it.
Wait till we've seen Tron Ragnarok. Done it again. I did like that one, by the way. And I did also have...
It's a bit less worded than the other one.
I did also have Thordians of the Galaxy Squad, Dawn of the Avengers. But that didn't really work for me.
Stupid,
it was a bit stupid.
Yeah.
So...
Go.
I am going to the cinema soon.
Oh.
Yes, I'm taking the wife to the cinema soon. We are going to go and see the Fast and Furious. Because you know I love the Fast and Furious movies, so fuck you. But then I read this.
Oh.
And, yeah. I've been having a conversation with a few people at work recently about the fact that they don't like Fast and Furious anymore because it's no longer about the cars. It's about the stupid stunts, the stupid jokes, the stupid explosions, tanks getting chased down the street and all that. And
Wasn't it always about that?
No, I think like the first three, it was all about the cars and the skills you could pull off with your car, and it's not about how you stand by your car, it's how you race your car. You know, it was all that bollocks.
Sly in it.
No, that was actually Vin Diesel. Thank you, though. And as it's went on, it's got a bit more fantastical, silly stunts and everything, which is what I love about Fast and Furious. It's popcorn nonsense. It's great. However, screenwriter Chris Morgan of the franchise has come out and done an interview where he basically said that he wouldn't rule out taking Fast and the Furious into space. Hold the fucking phone.
But wait a minute, didn't we already got that on with Star Trek Beyond, didn't we?
Well, you did. I didn't.
Yeah.
I still like Star Trek Beyond. But yeah, he's
fucking Justin Lin motorbikes in fucking space and Scotty jumping at the bloody escape fucking thing onto a cliff. But Justin Lin wanker pish.
He has the best part of this interview that he did. So he's not ruling out. He says if the story was right, obviously, he would take the Fast and Furious franchise into space. And he said he would even try, if possible, to make it a shared universe with Riddick. So Toretto would essentially be Riddick's brother. I can't even call bullshit on that because it's just so fucking out there.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, right, how many or how much cocaine do you think he'd done?
I would say Amy Pascal levels.
Right, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah, because we don't know that for certain. But I would say that's pretty much the levels of cocaine that this guy's
fucking
on.
Dumbass.
I don't know. Take it into space, I'll watch it. I'll fucking watch anything Fast and Furious. I love Fast and Furious. I can't wait to go and see the new one. Yeah. Fate of the Furious.
Did you read a thing? I didn't read the article because why would I? But that Michael Bay wants to do 14 more Transformers movies.
Yes. Is this like stand-up like Transformers movies, or is this Transformers like what do you call them? Like spin-offs and crossovers, or is it all
Bumblebee is getting his own movie, isn't
yeah, so is it like straight up Transformers?
I assume it's spin-offs included, but who could possibly care? No.
I would still go and see them. I like a bit of Michael Bay, you know that.
No. No.
Do you have anything else?
Yeah. Do you want a bit of Doctor Who news?
Not really.
Well, you're getting it anyway. Because you just spoke about fucking Fast and Furious. John Sim is coming back as the Master.
Okay, yeah, I like John Sim.
Yeah. So apparently, he is coming back as the Master, but in an episode where Missy, who is the female version of the Master, is also going to be it. So it's going to be like two Masters on the screen at the same time, which, as far as I'm aware, is the first time that's happened.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. Michelle Rodriguez is the woman who plays Missy.
As in the Fast and the Furious Michelle Rodriguez?
No, not. Is it Michelle Rodriguez?
Well, that is Michelle Rodriguez.
Let me check.
Unless there's two Michelle... Well, I mean, there could be.
I think it's Michelle Rodriguez.
I'm not going to say that she owns that
it's Michelle
name.
Gomez, isn't it?
Michelle Gomez?
She's in the Fast and Furious.
No, it's Michelle Rodriguez.
Fuck, it is as well. Who plays Missy then?
You watched the show.
I thought it was Michelle Rodriguez. Hold on a fucking minute. Wait a minute.
Hold the phone. So yeah.
It's Michelle Gomez who plays... who plays Missy. Okay, right. Yeah, so Michelle Gomez,
right,
not Michelle Rodriguez,
yep,
is going to be playing Missy in the same episode as John Cena is playing the Master.
Excellent.
So I'm assuming they're going to be going up against Peter Capaldi.
Excellent. Who is Doctor Who?
He's the Doctor.
Yeah. I know that.
I'm just checking. Just in case you got the name wrong. Yeah. So that after that fucking balls up. What's your next bit of news?
I think we should talk about the BAFTAs.
Yeah, let's talk about the BAFTAs.
Let's do some of that. Have you got the list?
No.
Oh God, you sent it to me, didn't you?
Yep. This
has gone off the rails. Let me just pull up this top secret list of BAFTAs. One thing I did see in the paper today, and I don't really fully understand it, but there's been some pretty severe snubs at the BAFTAs.
Yeah, the Night Manager.
Tom has not been nominated.
Yeah, that's a bit of a dick move. Hugh Laurie wasn't nominated either. I don't.
Yep.
He should have been nominated for damn sure.
And also
Tom Hollander, I think, got a nomination for supporting actor.
I think it was. Well, let's just have a look at it. I mean, the first one alone is the leading actress. And I'm a bit pissed off with this one because although I haven't seen this series, she's fucking phenomenal in every series of this programme so far. You know her, I love her. Vicky McClure has been snubbed for Line of Duty. The show that had such high ratings last year and has had such high ratings this year that this year they moved it over to BBC One from BBC Two. Now, for the Americans who are listening, if you don't know the difference between BBC One and BBC Two, BBC Two is shit. BBC One is the gold standard. So if you've been moved from BBC Two to BBC One, you're doing something right. She's a phenomenal actress.
She is. She
was great in the last series. She was great in the series before that. And she's been well and truly snubbed this year.
But also who's been snubbed is Julie Walters for National Treasure.
Is that,
Have you watched that?
Was she in a show called National Treasure, or are you just calling her a National Treasure?
Well, a bit of both, but she was in a show called National Treasure with Robbie Coltrane.
I thought you were going to say with Nicolas Cage.
Don't be fucking ridiculous. No, Robbie Coltrane played like an sort of older comedian fella.
He was a pedo, wasn't he?
He was accused of rape.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was a pedo thing. I think it was just like a rapey thing.
It is a hot topic, though.
Yeah. But Robbie Coltrane's been nominated for Best Actor,
right.
Rightly so, but Julie Walters has been snubbed.
But is that not because that show is... I mean, I've not seen that show, but is it not more Robbie Coltrane-centric?
No, she was fucking fantastic.
Was she good in it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, she's good in most things.
Well, she is, yeah.
But I didn't expect that to be like a leading sort of... Yeah.
Yeah.
So the leading actress category is pretty wank this year. It's Nikki Amuka for Bird, or is that a third name?
Don't know what it is.
Nikki Amuka Bird for NW.
That's her third name. What is NW?
I don't know. Yeah. Jodie Comer for 13, Claire Foy for The Crown, and Sarah Lancashire for Happy Valley.
The Crown.
I'll probably go to Sarah Lancashire because everybody loves her. Leading actor. Yeah, I'm not reading that. Murdered by My Father, some guy from that. Some guy from Damalola. Oh, he'll probably win that because we can't help but talk about that. Robbie Coltrane for National Treasure, and Benedict Cumberbatch.
National Treasure should win it.
For the Hollow Crown, War of the Roses.
Yeah, Robbie Coltrane needs to be winning that.
Okay, I'll give you that. We've got supporting actress. We've got Nicola Walker for Last Tango in Halifax, Siobhan Finneran, Happy Valley, Vanessa Kirby, The Crown, and someone for that Damalola thing again. I would actually say, right, if Sarah Lancashire doesn't win leading actress, it will go to the supporting actress because Lindsay watched that show and she's damn good in it. She was really good.
Crown?
Siobhan Finneran in Happy Valley.
All right.
She was brilliant in that show. The few bits I saw. But yeah. Supporting actor, Daniel Mays for Line of Duty. Please give it to him. Jared Harris for The Crown. John Lithgow for The Crown. Tom Hollander for The Night Manager.
See, Tom Hollander, I think, should get that because Tom Hollander is fucking great.
The Crown's getting a lot of love, isn't it?
All right. So it's good for me. Good series.
Is that the one with all the
Doctor Who ass, yeah.
All Doctor
that
Who
Blake
ass.
was obsessed with.
Yeah. Entertainment performance. Adam Hill's The Last Leg. Claudia Winkle. How could you nominate her for anything?
Claudia Winkle?
No. Strictly Come Dancing. Graham Norton for The Graham Norton Show. Michael McIntyre for The Michael McIntyre Big Show.
Last Leg.
Yeah, you love that show.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll probably go to Graham Norton because does he not win every year?
No, I don't think so.
Male performance in a comedy programme. Yep. David Mitchell, Upstart Crow, Harry Enfield, The Windsors, Steve Coogan for Alan Partridge, and that guy for something else. I don't know his name. I'm not saying it. I want Steve Coogan to win it because I love Alan Partridge.
Yeah, Steve Coogan.
Oh,
has to be Steve Coogan.
I'm Alan Partridge. Female performance in a comedy programme. Diane Morgan, Kunk on Shakespeare. Leslie Manville for Mum. Olivia Colman for Fleabag. Phoebe Waller-Bridge for Fleabag.
I would normally go Olivia Colman because you know I like me a bit Olivia Colman.
You do?
But Philomena Kunk is fucking amazing. She's on the shite. The guy who writes Black Mirror.
Brooker.
Yeah, Charlie Brooker. His weekly wipe and yearly wipe that he does on BBC Two.
Yep.
She's on that. Philomena Kunk. It's like a sort of parody character. And that's what that is. And she's fucking funny as hell.
So is it like what Daisy Donovan used to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Only not as funny as Daisy Donovan.
No, because she was great.
Daisy Donovan.
She was great. And drama series, The Crown, The Durrells, Happy Valley, War and Peace. Be The Crown one. They're giving that a lot of love. Single drama, ABBA fan, The Green Hollow, Damalola, Our Loved Boy, Murdered by My Father, and NW. I don't know what NW is. It's obviously just NW. It's not like shortened name.
You know what? I've never watched any of them.
That'll probably win for obvious reasons.
What, our boy thing?
Aye.
Our lover boy.
Yeah, because people keep going on about.
All right, okay.
Yeah. Mini series: The Hollow Crown, National Treasure, The Secret, Witness for the Prosecution.
National Treasure.
Yeah.
It was really fucking good.
Now, this one will be the big award of the night, and you'll want to get this one right. Soap and continuing drama.
Ugh.
Casualty, EastEnders, Emmendale, and Hollyoaks.
Emmendale.
Now, I am very surprised with this one because Corey's not in there. That's a huge.
Yeah, that's a bit of a.
That's a huge snub. Corey.
Huh.
Corey. People don't get that. International, The Night Of, People vs. OJ, Stranger Things, or Transparent.
Oh, The Night Of.
Gotta be The Night Of. Great program. Great program. Can we just finish there? Because there's lots more.
Yeah, just
So basically, there's been a load of big snubs. Vicky's not been thingied. Tom Hiddleston's been snubbed.
Hugh Laurie's been snubbed.
Hugh Laurie's
You can't
been
snub
snubbed.
Hugh Laurie. It's Hugh Laurie.
Well, yeah, it is Hugh Laurie.
Shoddy.
You know.
Shoddy.
But it's not looking good for some of our favourite shows, which is a bit poo.
National Treasure, though. You should watch that.
So is it going to be like National Treasure and The Crown win the day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, with that, would you like to move on to our... Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
I completely forgot about this.
Oh.
We may be getting a new Knights of the Old Republic game.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Seriously?
I don't know what platform it's on, but there's been... there was a big interview done with Bioshock.
Mm-hmm.
Not Bioshock. Yes, Bioshock. It's one of those companies that makes big games and stuff like that. And during the interview, they inadvertently let it slip that they've been working on a new Knights of the Old Republic. So
Wow.
it's looking like...
Oh, shit. That would be amazing. I would lose my shit if they made that.
They don't know
If
if
they made
it's...
it properly.
Yeah, well, they don't know if it's a big, like, remastering of the old game, but from the context of the conversation, it looks like it's going to be a new Knights of the Old Republic.
There were some guys who were remastering the old game. Didn't they have like an Indiegogo for it or something like that?
Yes. Well,
I don't know what happened to it.
it looks like we're going to be getting one. Like I say, I don't know what platform. I don't know for definite yet, but I saw it and I thought, oh, Chris will like that.
I do like that very much.
Awesome. So with that, we will move on to our next session. But I'll play section. But I will play a cheeky little promo before I do that from one of our buddies. I don't know which one because I'm not got it with me.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Blake from the History of Bad Ideas. And we'll get back to your regularly scheduled program here in just a second, geek listeners. But we do a weekly podcast called The History of Bad Ideas.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss things like television or movies or music or games or any other thing that falls into our geek-related podcast knowledge.
You can find us on Geek Life Radio, Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, or Radio-Blitz, Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, or you can listen to us whenever the hell you want on iTunes and Stitcher.
Check us out. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Chris.
Yeah.
No, you're supposed to say yes, Kevin.
Yes, Kevin.
What have you been watching?
Oh, right. Well,
Or as we affectionately call it, we don't call it that. I'll not say it because you got all pissy last time.
were you going to do a hashtag?
I was going to be like WHWBW.
Fucking shut up.
What you been watching, Chris?
Yeah.
Anything? You been watching anything?
I've been watching.
What you been watching, Chris? Tell me.
I've been watching a few things.
Have you?
Yeah. So, first one, I have seen Hidden Figures.
Oh yes, the one with the
Like
ladies and the NASA.
Yeah, really fucking good.
Yeah, you text me to say that, and I was like, nah, I'll take a pass on that one.
And
I do quite fancy it. I will give it that. Like I'm not dismissing the movie at all. I do quite fancy it.
yeah, you've got a good cast in there. Is it Octavia Spencer?
Yep.
She's
Oscar winner.
fucking great in it. You've got Kevin Costner in there as well. He's damn good in it. You've got the guy who plays Sheldon, who's named Jim Parsons, who's not playing Sheldon.
Does he do a Jar Jar?
No, he doesn't.
I'll watch it then.
That wasn't Sheldon for the Jar Jar. That was Howard.
It was one of them, and it was
It
enough
was
to make
Howard.
me stop watching it.
But it wasn't Sheldon. But yeah, Jim Parsons actually playing a serious role, and
Yeah.
I got away with it. You know, I'm a Big Bang Theory fan, so I thought I'm just going to be thinking of Sheldon. But no, he was all right. He was actually all right. But yeah, damn good movie.
Excellent.
It deserves every bit of praise it got.
It got a lot of praise, didn't it? It did, and I'm glad it did because, from what I can gather, although I haven't seen it, it's an important movie. It's an important story to be told.
You know what? I had no idea
No,
about that.
they pretty much did everything, didn't they?
Well, no, they didn't do everything. They didn't fly the spaceships and stuff.
All right, but that's the important bit. Flying the spaceships.
What?
Did they get Jude Law on the plane in Gattaca?
What?
I don't know. I was trying to make a Gattaca joke. It's never a good time for a Gattaca joke, is it?
Don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, Hidden Figures, damn good.
No, I will give that a watch.
Will you?
I will actually, because I do fancy it.
It is very good.
I just haven't had the inclination yet. You know, sometimes like you can be in a mood for a movie.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just not in the mood for that one.
Sometimes, we're quite often in a mood where we need to watch a bit of shouting.
Just like a bad mood.
Yeah, which I've been in quite a lot this week.
Really, I didn't know that.
No, did you not? I was quite subtle about it.
I was quite scared about blue ticking you this week.
I did threaten you.
I did think if I blue tick him one time, that's going to send him over the edge.
Yeah, I was gonna. The samurai sword was gonna taste his first blood if you blue tick me this week.
Oh man!
I'll
blue tick you next week.
Oh, that's fine. I'm calmer now. No, Hidden Figures, very, very fucking good.
Excellent. I would like to talk about the big movie that I watched this week because, to be honest, I never watched very many movies this week, or the last couple of weeks. So the one I would like to talk about is Kong Skull Island.
Yeah, I actually watched that as well.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. What did you think?
I thought it looked amazing.
It did. It looked fantastic.
I thought Sam Jack was fucking great in it.
He was playing the same role he's played for the last 20 years.
No, I don't agree with you. I think he was playing a similar role to...
You do agree with me.
What?
You do agree with me.
No, I don't agree with you. No, I don't agree with you at all. I think he was playing a similar role to, like... fuck me, what's wrong with my head tonight?
I don't know.
I don't know either. The last Tarantino movie.
The Hateful Eight?
Yes. Similar role to that, a little bit sinister and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Jack was great in it. The movie looked fucking gorgeous. I just... Meh.
Really?
It was alright.
I loved it. I thought, I was really surprised by it because I went into it thinking, okay, this is going to be a crock of shit. I'm not going to enjoy this.
Oh, John C. Reilly as well. Props to him.
He's always great.
John C. Reilly's great.
He is always great, though. And I did go into it and I thought, I'm not going to enjoy this. It's going to be absolute pish. Let's just put it on and just see what happens. And I put it on, and I mean, it's not a spoiler. 3 minutes into the movie, I clocked it. 3 minutes into the movie, we get Kong in all his fucking glory, from head to fucking toe.
And, Kong looks great.
And how fucking often do you get that in a movie like this?
Well, not very bloody often.
It never happens. It's like Godzilla was like a 2.5 hour fucking blue balls cock tease, whereas in this movie it was like, oh look, here's Kong.
Yeah, here he is. Get over it.
Get over it. He's massive. He's gonna fight things, and and I loved it. I just thought this is great.
It was all right.
Total popcorn.
Yeah, it was okay.
Oh well. That's
I wouldn't watch it again.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh. Please. Watch it one more again.
No. Watch it one more again. Good grammar there, Kev. No, I mostly don't want to like it because Brigger liked it, so fuck him.
Oh, well.
No, but honestly, the movie finished, I was like, okay, that was the movie.
Did you watch the end credit scene?
I watched some of them.
Some of them? Some of it. I mean, like the end credit scene.
What,
like
was there a stinger?
Right at the end of the credits.
Oh, no.
Stinger scene.
Fuck that.
It's basically...
What was the stinger? Was it Godzilla?
Pretty much, They go into like an underground facility, and Tom Hiddleston's there, Brie Larson's there. Shout out to Brie Larson, like not a good shout out either. She is the most fucking generic actress out there.
I did say to you after, is Brie Larson just kind of a poor man's Blake Lively?
I'd take Blake Lively any day of the week.
Yeah.
Blake Lively's not exactly the best actress in the world, but she's a shite sight better than that one. I mean, Brie Larson, for fuck's sake, that's your Captain Marvel. Not Captain Marvel, that's like your Miss Marvel or whatever.
Isn't it Captain Marvel?
Is it Captain Marvel?
Is that DC? It's Captain Marvel DC?
I think DC's Captain Marvel. Sergeant Marvel? I don't know.
Lieutenant Marvel, go with Lieutenant.
But whatever. She's playing that role. I couldn't be less interested now. I was quite interested after seeing her in this. It's like, yeah, okay.
Just get Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Generic blonde hair and boobs. Like, I'm not interested. give me a
Tom
break.
Hiddleston was good.
He was good. I especially liked the bit when he put the gas mask on and he was going through the gas. And
It was fine. It was fine. The monsters were okay.
And
Kong
it was
looked
nice,
great.
It was nice to see Tom Hiddleston not playing Loki and not wearing a suit.
Yeah.
Because he was actually doing something in this film.
Yeah, he was. He was. You should watch The Night Manager.
Yeah. Does he wear a suit?
No.
Cool.
No.
I'll watch it then.
He's damn good in that. You should watch The Night Manager. And Hugh Laurie is in it as well.
Yeah, I
Tom
like
Hollander,
Hugh
as we
Laurie.
already said, is in it. He's fucking great. But yeah, I just
It can. I suppose I can see what you mean. Like, it can get a bit meh, but I don't know. It was just popcorn. It was action, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm all good with it. So do you have anything else?
I do.
Good.
I watched a Netflix original movie
Wowzers.
that stars Maisie Williams. Don't you fucking do that. It's called iBoy. And so the movie is just about sort of like school kids, normal school kids, and the guy, the lad who is kind of, he's into Maisie Williams, and she invites him round to study or whatever. And when he gets there, there's people who have broken into her house, and well, she's kind of being raped.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he sort of runs and tries to phone the police, and he gets shot in the head. Mm-hmm. So from that, he gets, the superpowers kind of thing.
Obviously.
Yeah, as you do.
Uh-huh.
As you do. I did actually kind of look for somebody to shoot me in the head just to see if it worked or not. I'd rather see if it turned into Spider-Man. Put your hand down.
Me, please. I'll be first in that line.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Only so I can see if you got superpowers.
Was sharing a caravan with me that bad?
No, it wasn't. Your farts were bad, but that was about it.
My farts were bad.
Yeah.
How dare you?
I mean, I've got bad farts, but yours were... Anyway, iBoy.
iBoy, yeah. Yeah, it was fucking good. Really, good. Really good. Maisie Williams, fucking Maisie Williams is amazing.
She is. I know you like Maisie, so I'll let you have that one.
Had a damn good cast in it. I can't remember any of them off the top of my head. But
Is it not Will Poulter that plays the boy?
No.
The main lead?
No.
Who's that? Because I put this on. I'm sure I put this on, but I didn't get very far.
You should go back and give it another go.
Yeah.
It's not Will Poulter.
Damn, I like Will Poulter.
I know you do. Everybody likes Will Poulter. He's got awesome eyebrows.
He's a cheeky chappy.
Yeah. No, it's a guy called Bill Milner.
No, I don't know who that is.
No. It's also got Miranda Richardson in it.
No, I don't know who that is.
You do so.
I
It's
know
Miranda
who that is.
Richardson.
I know who that is.
Rory Kinnear.
I don't know who that is. Is that Greg Kinnear's son?
It's definitely not his son.
If anything, it's his dad.
It's got a lot of British up and comers in it.
Yeah.
And it was a damn good story. Some really solid performances in it as well.
I'll give it a wee watch. To be sure, when I get a chance, I'll give it a wee watch. I put it on, like I say, I did put it on. I never got. All right, dog.
The dog is growling in his sleep. If you're wondering what that is.
Dexter remaining our number one returning guest of the show.
So, have you got any more other movies?
Yeah, I got two. One of which I'm going to talk about for literally 2 seconds. And then move on. I took the girls to see Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What I might do is, if I get time, I might get the girls to do a little review, because I ain't reviewing it.
But they're going to be positive, and I want to hear what you think.
It was fucking shit.
Okay, fair enough.
It was. Emma Watson's not an actress. Don't get me wrong. Hermione, whatever. Fair dues. She did Harry Potter. She grew up playing Hermione. She, I know she went away and she did, the college thing or the university thing and all that. She should have just stayed away and done that. This movie, she is so...
Could she sing?
She's so fucking bland. She's so bland. And,
But it's Belle. What do you want?
you're supposed to have a bit of character going on. But yeah, the movie is basically the same as the animation. It's about Stockholm Syndrome, it's about domestic abuse, and it's about bestiality. So yeah, it does what it says on the tin.
She doesn't hump the beast, does she?
She kisses him, which I think is just as bad. Yeah. And an interesting point, I don't know who played the beast because I couldn't have possibly cared less.
It's Dan Stevens, isn't it?
Well, yeah, who is he?
He's the guy who's in Legion.
Right, well, as the Beast, better looking bloke than actually as himself. Because when he turned back into the prince at the end of the movie, he was a wet blanket of a fucking moron. And I was sat there like, oh my god, just stay as the beast. And even she says, when they're having the big dance at the end of the film, even she turns around and says, you couldn't do with growing a beard, could you? Because clearly she was more in... Oh, that's bad. Yeah, she was more into the beast than she was the prince. Ow.
Each to their own.
Luke Evans as Gaston, fantastic. Totally overplays it, as Gaston should be. He is actually great. He's brilliant at the singing. Josh Gad as LeFou, the lovable gay, because they made a massive fucking deal about it. Let's be honest.
What? People made a massive deal, or the movie made a massive deal?
They made a massive deal. The people out there made
Yeah.
a huge... I mean, certain countries banned it, didn't they? Because...
Yeah, in certain states in America as well, I believe.
He was like the first openly gay character in a Disney movie, live action, or I think animated. Well, you can put your tweets away. You can sit back. There's no harm done, because Disney set the gays back about 100 years with this movie. Because he's so fucking flamboyantly gay, it's not even funny. Like, it is bloody god-awful.
So, as we said about 100 times on the journey down to Wales, was he going...
Very much so.
Okay.
Very much so. It was...
Chance of me a fighting!
I was just sat there like, oh my god. Like...
Is it really that bad?
It's bad. It is bad. They make no attempt to hide the fact that he is, but they don't tell you outright until sort of the end of the movie. But yeah,
he's not like sucking a guy off in the corner when
no, it's not that bad.
Right, okay.
But he is pretty much like, every time Gaston looks at himself in the mirror and he's like, we'll finish this off later, and he's like, because he loves himself. LeFou kind of comes up and he might as well be grabbing his ass.
Right. Okay.
And I was just like, this is, if anything, you don't want to be upset that there is a gay character in the movie. You want to be upset about what they do to that character in the movie. Like, they don't do anything bad, but they just make him out to be so Graham Norton, it's not even funny. It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting what they've done to that character. Not the fact that they made him gay, just the fact that he's cutting a boot going, ooh, 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 and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that for me is a low point of the movie. Just what they do to that character, like, because in the cartoon, okay, he's not a huge character, but he's a good he's comic relief. I didn't really find anything Josh Gad was doing in this movie funny, and he basically still sounds like Olaf from Frozen, but I suppose that's his voice. You can't get away from that. But yeah, Beauty and the Beast, not a good movie. Would not recommend. Emma Watson, if you want to go back to college or university, please do. That would be great, because she's no actress. She's not. I love her in Harry Potter. I do love her in the Harry Potter movies. I'm rewatching them with the Ben, as you know. But she's just not.
How did you get on with Order of the Phoenix then?
Yeah,
had you seen it before?
I've already seen them all.
Yeah.
I've already seen them all.
Did Ruby like it?
I think she did. Which one's the Order of the Phoenix?
The one with... where...
Smithman.
The one that...
Is that the one where
Voldemort fights Dumbledore
and they're in the fire at
Ministry
the
of
end,
Magic, yeah.
and they keep going through the fire? Yeah, she enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't like Bellatrix, though.
And you're supposed to.
I don't think it's supposed to, no. But yeah, the other movie I watched,
Yeah.
which was reasonably okay, I got away with it. It was supposed to be a comedy. It wasn't that funny. James Franco was in it. I like a bit of James Franco. It's called Why Him?
Oh, with Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston.
Is he playing his dad or something?
Chewing the fucking scenery in this film. Like, you could literally see certain scenes in this movie where Bryan Cranston sat there thinking, what the fuck am I doing in this movie?
Yeah. I was Walter White, now I'm in fucking Power Rangers and fucking this shit.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, he'd be amazing in Power Rangers. Cannot wait to see that movie. But yeah, Why Him? He is the father of the girl in the movie, who is another generic no-name. I can't remember who she is. And he pretty much doesn't like the new boyfriend. The new boyfriend's like a millionaire. She loves him. He doesn't like him. It's one of those old tales. And he tries to win the father
Tales
over.
all this time.
Yeah. He tries to win Bryan Cranston over to no avail because he's a bit of a fuck-up.
Isn't that just Meet the Fockers?
It's Meet the Fockers, pretty much. Better than Meet the Fockers, though, because I hated Meet the Fockers.
Yeah. Did you ever watch, tangent, did you ever watch The Infiltrator? with Bryan Cranston.
That sounds like a gay porn.
Ew.
No, I didn't though. I remember you telling me about
very,
it.
very
That's the one
fucking
when
good.
with Pablo Escobar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you saying
Really,
that one.
really good.
I do fancy that
If
one.
you want some Bryan Cranston acting like Bryan Cranston should be acting,
Yeah.
watch The Infiltrator.
But that's what I mean. This movie, there's certain scenes where he delivers a line and you can see him just looking at the floor going, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, it's too early in Bryan Cranston's career for him to be doing that kind of shit.
Franco is Franco.
You know,
and
like
plays
De
it well.
Niro when Meet the Fuckers came
Yeah,
along. De
he's already
Niro's
done.
been winding down for a while now.
Yeah.
He just wanted a laugh. He wanted a paycheck and a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
He did Meet the Fuckers, and he did like Stardust, which I still think he does an okay job in Stardust. But Bryan Cranston, he's just come off a Breaking Bad, the fucking career of a lifetime, the role of a lifetime. And I suppose, how do you follow that up? Like John Hamm, I guess, is kind of having the same thing. How do you fucking follow up Don Draper?
Yeah, John Hamm's not doing very well.
He's not, is
either.
he?
No.
No.
Which is a shame, because he is a top class actor. I mean, he was in that Black Mirror, that episode he did with Rafe Spall. Loved that episode. He's great in that. But to be fair, he's pretty much playing a watered down version of Don Draper in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, why him? If you want to laugh, if you want to giggle, it's okay. It's just, I thought it was going to be a bit better. Written by Jonah Hill. Jonah's not that bad. Franco, like I say, is actually quite good in it because it's James Franco. You know, he's another one who could chew up the scenery.
I've kind of gone off him a little bit.
I like James Franco. Yeah, but if you want a bit of a laugh, watch it. I'm not really recommending it though. Cranston, he can do better than this.
Yeah.
Big time. So do you have anything else?
That's all for my movies.
Yes.
But I've got a TV show to talk about.
That was my LeFou impression.
Yeah.
I hated that
It
fucking
sounded
movie.
more like you.
And you know what? I went to the Maltons to watch that.
I know you did.
You try and go with Maltons, right? The Maltons is getting better. It's getting a lot better than it has been in recent years for the movie experience. But you try going there and watching a movie you genuinely don't like. That's a bad experience. Oh! Nearly forgot about this, right?
Oh.
Have you ever been to the cinema and at the end of the movie there's a round of applause?
Braveheart?
Yeah,
Braveheart?
I could get away with that one.
Yeah. I can't remember anything other than Braveheart.
I've been to movies where there's been like whooping and hollering, like when you went to see Independence Day when it very first came out. All the Americans in the audience when the White House blows up. Woo! You know, I get that.
No, I've never had that.
But at the end of Beauty and the Beast, there was actually an audible round of applause, which I sat there looking around at the people around me thinking, what are you doing?
Are we Americans over here?
Are we in a plane? Have we just landed? What the fuck?
Yeah, what's that? You applaud for somebody landing a plane. He's doing his fucking job.
I don't get that. I've
I don't
never
get
got that.
either.
I refuse to take part.
You know what? I was in fucking SeaWorld once.
Right.
And there's a ride in SeaWorld called Wild Arctic.
Right.
It's basically like a simulated helicopter ride over the Arctic.
Like it?
Yep. It's good. It's good ride. Like, yep, no. And
You're going to crack at your mum.
I was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
asshole.
Anyway, and but when the ride finished, people were giving it a round of applause. It's a fucking simulation ride, you stupid bastards.
I do like a good simulation ride.
Idiots. Yeah.
But yeah, like
Your VR thing.
I was quite taken aback. People were actually applauding, and I was just like, "Oh my god, what has happened to this town?"
Yeah.
But yeah, that's mad. And the whole plane thing. When we go to Cincinnati, I will not be applauding the pilot. I refuse to take part in that shenanigans.
That's just stupid.
It is like, oh, well done, you didn't kill us.
Yeah, you didn't crash.
Fair enough. If you're in the plane that Sully was in, and he lands it in the Hudson,
Yeah, if you've stopped me from dying, you're getting a round of applause.
I will applaud that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may even shake his hand.
I would definitely shake his hand because it's Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so your show.
Yes, so it's another Netflix show.
Nice tangent.
Yeah. Yeah, this was addictive as a motherfucker.
Ooh.
Aye, the show is called 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking about this.
Yeah. It's a show that I should not have liked. It's set in like a high school
Ooh.
with millennials.
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh. Ugh.
I know.
Tony would love this show.
Tony would love it.
Tony's all about 30 Reasons Why.
I did message Brigger on the Twitters saying that I've found my own Riverdale. when I first started watching it, because I kind of thought, Christopher, you should not be watching this. You should
Yeah.
not be enjoying this. The premise of the show is it's about a girl who kills herself.
Right. Oh, nice.
She's committed suicide. As what happens when you kill yourself.
Well, the week that you've been having, this is the perfect show for you.
Not been that bad. Not been that bad. But yeah, so it's about a girl who kills herself. And
Standard for teen dramas.
it was very teen angsty.
Ooh.
No, I shouldn't have liked it. I should not have liked it.
What's
but
happened to you?
I couldn't stop watching it.
What has happened to you?
I watched it in about 3 days.
Ooh.
I know. I know.
You'll be watching Riverdale next. You'll be subscribing to the CW. You
I'll
watch
do
a lot
that.
of CW shows, so it might just be that rubbing off on you.
Well, I watched 2.
Okay. Supergirl.
One of them is Supergirl, to be fair. Yeah.
The show that makes you want to go out and buy a man pun.
Man pun.
That was class.
You pleased with that?
I am.
Okay. Yeah, so it's about a girl who kills herself, and but before she's killed herself, she's made 13 tapes.
Okay.
1 tape about each of the arseholes in her school who have sort of contributed to her committing suicide.
That's pretty dark.
Isn't it?
I like it though.
So the tapes have been going around the different people from 1 to 13. And yeah, just each episode becomes progressively more fucked up about the messed up shit that's happened to her. And there's some really, really dark stuff in this show. There's a okay, spoilers ahead. Okay. And I think episode 10, I think it's episode 10, there is a very, very graphic rape scene. Really,
If you're gonna go there, you go there all the way.
like we spoke about This Is England,
Yeah.
you know, about the camera not cutting away and all that. The camera is on her.
Ew.
It's fucking upsetting. Honestly.
So what, is it told in like flashback form?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like the main character is shit. What's his name? He was in Don't Breathe.
Right. I can't.
You know
Yeah.
the lad from that. He's got a weird name. So the main character is that lad. So he gets the tapes, and I think he's number 11. No, he's number 12. One of the two. So he gets the tapes, and so he's sort of listening to what the other fucking 9 or 10 have done. So it's through his eyes, and he's going back.
Right.
It's flashing back as she's reading, she's
Right.
like talking through the tapes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're kind of losing me now.
I know, because I'm typing in at the same time as I'm speaking.
No, you're kind of just losing me on the premise. It's kind of sounding a bit wanky.
It's really, really not wanky, I promise you.
But what do they do if they have a second series? They call it like another 13 reasons.
26 Reasons Why?
26 reasons why. Makes sense.
I don't think there'll be... Well, no, she dies at the end of the fucking series, so...
I thought she died at the start of the series.
Well, both. Dylan Minette.
Right.
No?
Don't know.
Okay. That was worth me typing it in then.
It was,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
So yeah, he's got the tapes, he's listening back to the stories of the other characters and how they fucked her over, basically.
Okay.
So it starts that she's at a new school, as you do, and so she starts dating a fucking jock. God damn it, Tony.
It's all the millennials' fault.
Just for the thing, we're not calling Tony a rapist here. So yeah, she goes to a new school, and so the first tape is she dates a boy, and then he fucking takes a picture, and then it all gets shared, and everybody sees her in her knickers or something, and then it, as I say, it just gets progressively from each episode gets fucking progressively more fucked up about the stuff that's happening to her. As I've mentioned before, there's a very fucking graphic rape scene in it, and then there's also fucking the scene where she cuts her fucking wrists open in the bath.
Yeah.
It's not pretty, it's not fucking pleasant, but it's damn good.
Cool, I might give it a go.
You won't, will you?
It sounded a bit shit though.
Just the first 3 episodes, I was like, I shouldn't be enjoying this. Why am I enjoying this? And then episode 4, I was like, fuck it, may as well.
I'm invested now.
Yeah, well, I said that to Brigger. Like,
If you've passed
I
the
need
3
to know
episode challenge.
I need to know what's happened to her now.
Yeah.
So that's a sign of a good show.
Yeah, it is.
It was good, and I was very addicted to it. But I was glad it was over.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to see people getting raped, myself included.
Yeah. Well, okay. Mm-hmm. I also watched a Netflix original this week.
Right.
One of the lads that I work with, Mark Jordan, who told me to watch that Searching for Sugarman documentary.
Okay.
A wee while back about the musician who's like really famous in one country but nobody knew him in his home country.
Heard of that before? Somebody
Yep.
told us about that.
Yep, probably me, because I told you about it on the episodes.
Did you?
Well, he came to me with another new show, which is on Netflix. 3 episodes. 5 came back. This is...
World War II or something, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a fascinating documentary series about 5 directors who enlisted during World War II. As we all know, the propaganda movies that went around during the World Wars was mostly made, it's no secret, they were mostly made by directors, by actual legit directors.
Hitchcock did one.
Hitchcock. This one tells the story of 5 directors. I can't remember all their names. Frank Capra was one of them. He did It's a Wonderful Life.
Yep.
You had William Sylar, John Huston. There's 5 prolific directors in the day who signed up to and enlisted to the World Wars and went away and fought and recorded footage and made videos to kind of take home and show them what they were fighting for. Because the main thing was that Hollywood, well, not even just Hollywood, but the government knew that boys wanted to go and fight, but they didn't really know why they were fighting and they didn't know what they were getting out of it. So these videos were like, look, this is the big bad bastard that we're fighting. This is what we're going to do, and you're going to feel better for it because you're saving the fucking day. This is it's a fascinating fucking documentary. Just to see how some of the shit was done. Like, one of the directors, like, I'm not going to go too in depth, but one of the episodes shows you, I think it was John Huston. I think he directed Memphis Belle. I'm probably getting that completely wrong. Don't fucking shoot me down in flames. But it's the one that directed Memphis Belle. And it shows you how he was getting those plane shots, like up in the sky, dropping the bombs and all that. Dude was fucking in the plane, in the cockpit, fucking with the camera, legitimately filming that shit. And in the middle of battles, they were there. It's fucking insane to see some of the shit these guys were getting involved in. And quite, not happily doing it, but happily getting involved, you know. What I will say, Episode 3 is a very, very fucking hard watch. Like, there's a lot of aftermath.
Is it Holocausty?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I shouldn't be speaking like Joss Whedon about the Holocaust, should I?
And you know what, dude, like, I wouldn't say I have little jokes about the Holocaust, because you shouldn't really joke about the Holocaust, but my perspective on the whole thing is a little bit more colourful than most.
Especially after a few ciders.
Ciders. But
We've all done that.
even I was sat there watching episode 3 and they were showing you the actual footage that these directors shot when they went into Auschwitz, the actual fucking shit that they saw, and my god, it's fucking bad.
Yeah,
it's
I know
fucking
exactly
bad.
what you mean, because they did on for the I think it was the 70th anniversary a couple of years ago. They did a documentary on BBC about that.
Yeah.
About the one that Hitchcock did.
Right.
Which was about the Holocaust. And it never got released.
No.
Because it was after the war, and they'd done all, they had the soldiers filming it. They were filming it as they were liberating the camps.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to document everything in case people went, that didn't happen.
Yeah, because
that didn't happen. You made that up.
That was one of the things they kept saying in this documentary. It was like, now that you've filmed the footage of what was going on, we now need the proof.
Yeah.
And it was just like, holy fuck, you know? It's hard going. Episode 3 is, like, the first 2 episodes, it's a little bit fun. It's not fun, because it's the war, but it's a little bit like, this is what they were doing, this is how they were going to do it, this is the things they had to do to get there, this is the things they had to do to get through the censors and stuff like that. You've got Spielberg in there talking about these directors. You've got a whole manner of directors that you know and love talking about what these guys actually went through. Spielberg's quite good in it, because you know Spielberg knows his shit about that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you know anything about Spielberg, he knows his fucking shit about those wars, and he knows the shit that was going on. He's fucking, he's a legend. He is what he is. But yeah, 5 came back. Highly recommend it. Just when you come to episode 3, just bear in mind it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Yeah. The one that was on BBC, I made the stupid fucking ass mistake of watching the episode about that just before I went to bed. Couldn't sleep.
I can imagine.
It was, they were carrying bodies and chucking them into hot fucking ditches like they were fucking rags.
You don't normally see that though. You that's. I think that's what it was.
It may well be the same footage,
It probably is. It probably is. But the thing for me was that they were showing these directors going and filming these battles, these wars, focusing on particular soldiers so that they could show the boys at home, this is what our guys are doing, this is what our heroes are doing. And then it's kind of like they had to go into the camps and film all these scenes, and you can tell straight away they didn't know what they were going into. So it's like, shit,
Yeah.
They had no idea what was coming, and it is bad. It's just bad. So yeah, 5 came back. Fully recommend it.
I am going to watch that because I'll tell you for why. Before I put 13 Reasons Why on, I was actually going to watch that.
Yeah.
I prefer
I recommend
I prefer some millennial teenage angst.
You know what I'm like?
So.
I'm not big on the whole World War One and World War Two thing. Like when they make movies and all that, I'm not huge on them. I'll watch them, but I'm not huge on them. Like I know you're more of the history buff that way, but Mark doesn't really recommend too many things. So when he does, I generally tend to give it a watch.
Mark Buckler?
No, Jordan. I work with.
Right.
When he does recommend something, I pay attention and I watch it. And that one was like, I don't even think he's finished it. I think he's watched like episode 1 and half of 2. I blitzed all 3 in one night. Wish I hadn't, but I did. You know what? The first 2 hook you in, and that third one just fucking kicks you in the balls.
Yeah. Well, that's a subject that you
It is. It's,
you can't really escape from.
No, it's a sign of a good documentary though.
Yeah.
So yeah, fully recommend it. It's only 3 episodes. It's 3 hours a day, and it's great. I just didn't expect I didn't expect to see these that these guys were actually enlisting and going over and fucking. That's mad. I know at that time you kind of had to, but
Well, you had to, and they also wanted to.
yeah. But they showed like
You had the posters of "We want you,"
yeah.
and all that kind of thing.
They had like
these lads wanted to.
They had
Same in the First World War, they wanted to.
Yeah.
They felt like they had to serve their country.
Well, that's what they were saying. They were saying that one of the directors, I think it was Sila, he was pretty much like he wanted to go over and he wanted to help the other guys filming the stuff and making these documentaries and getting everything out there. He wanted to go over, but he was under like a 2 or 3 picture deal, and he had to finish his movies before he could go over.
Right.
It's mental. In a time like that,
Yeah.
you're still hooked into it. Fucking, Nicolas Cage thinks he's got it bad. This guy couldn't even go and fight. He had to finish his films. It's mad. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed
I'm
that.
glad you enjoyed it. I don't really hear of you watching things like that very often.
I did. It was brilliant, and I'm glad I did because it showed a whole different side to that. That as soon as he said, "Oh, it's about directors going to war and all that," I was like, "Fuck it, I'm watching that. I'll watch that."
Fair enough.
And it just so happens that the subject matter fucking gets you. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it.
There you go.
Netflix doing nothing. I wish Netflix would advertise things better. Because when you go on Netflix now...
Yeah, they've got so many things that they're adding. Their Digital Spy do an ongoing thing where they have what's been added per week.
Aye.
So go on Digital Spy. I think it'll be like under
I might have to
under
do
TV or US TV or something. But they have an ongoing weekly thing of what's been uploaded.
I might have to because they've got so much original content right now.
Oh,
and
yeah.
half of the shit you never hear about.
Like iBoy, I discovered that by accident.
Yeah.
I was just flicking through and it just came up on the left hand fucking thingy on my screen.
Exactly.
I hadn't heard of that before then.
They need to get their shit together.
Yeah.
Because unless it's one of these Marvel shows, they ain't advertising fuck all.
Marvel or House of Cards or Orange is the New Black, which by the way is coming in June.
Yep, I will not be watching
I
it.
know you won't because you've not watched it since series 1.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
So
I've not got any more shows or movies, but I have been playing a new game.
Ooh.
Uncharted 4.
Okay.
The Last of Us got ditched. Fuck it.
Okay.
It's
depressing.
Yeah, I played it a couple of times. I had a couple of sessions on it, but I just...
It is a bit wanky.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was alright to start off with, but once you get like 2 or 3 hours into the game, it's just like, I've been there.
I think, I got about maybe about 4 hours in, something like that. And I can't be arsed with games that make you fucking just want to go, bleh. But yeah, Uncharted 4, fucking great. Just fucking great.
Yeah,
There is apparently,
them games.
I do look a bit Uncharted. There's some DLC coming later on in the year, which is going to be an additional, like, because I think Uncharted 4 is the last of the Nathan Drake stories.
Right.
But there are other characters in Uncharted 4 which I've not gone to yet.
Right.
That they're going to be doing an actual original story for,
Right.
which is going to be another 10 hours of gameplay.
I think some of that.
Yeah. But Uncharted 4, fucking great. It looks bloody brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually my first proper PS4 game that I've played.
Woohoo!
The rest of, like, Uncharted, I bought the Uncharted trilogy,
Yeah.
which was all upscaled from PS3, and The Last of Us was upscaled from PS3. So this is my actual first PS4 game.
And how are you finding the difference?
Well, I've got a 4K TV,
Yeah.
and so have you.
So have
You
you?
silly cunt. Sorry, Biles. That's Jason's fault. But I've got the PS4 Pro, which upscales to 4K as well.
Okay.
I mean, it looks the game looks fucking beautiful, but I don't know if there is a difference from the upscaled versions, but I'm not sure how much.
Nah. No.
So that's Uncharted 4.
Cool.
I have also been listening to a new podcast. I know.
Is it ours? Have you started listening to ours?
I've always been listening to ours.
Have you? I never listen to ours.
Well, you edit it. You're a master.
suppose.
You're a master editor.
Yeah, but that means I listen to it going.
What?
Yep, as I'm editing.
You
Yeah.
fast forward it.
No,
Oh.
just your bits.
Oh well.
Tell me
said-
about this new podcast,
Yes,
Chris.
It's called, Kevin, Star Trek: The Next Conversation.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I should have known that was
It's
coming.
great. It's fucking great. Honestly, it's two guys like us, and it's not a serious podcast.
Okay, like us.
No, they basically they've been looking back at like season 1 of TNG, and they've been looking at sort of the ropiest episodes,
Right.
and fucking just tearing it to shreds.
Okay.
And it's funny as fuck. They've got an ongoing theory that Wesley is a fucking sociopath.
Okay. I could buy that.
That Riker is in love with Picard. It's fucking great. It's
100% that's
It's
true.
funny as hell. It's really funny as hell.
Have you ever seen the video on YouTube of how Riker gets on a chair? How he sits on a chair?
Yeah, over the
What's
back.
that all about?
Just Jonathan Frakes.
I watched that video and I was kind of like, wow, does he really do that all the
Yeah,
time?
I saw that. And I'd actually never noticed it before either.
I bet now it's all you notice, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm on season 6 of my box set, which I bought before Christmas.
And you just sit there and go, why does he keep doing that with a chair?
I'm mostly thinking that beard is awesome.
Yeah, he does have a cool
Yeah.
beard.
But yeah, Star Trek: The Next Conversation. I'm really enjoying it. It's great.
Cool.
There you go.
Well, I have one last thing that I'm not going to spend too much time on it because we kind of sort of a little bit covered it on the Sci-Fi Weekender episode, which, by the way, is episode 70. Give it a listen. Yeah, Walking Dead can go fuck itself.
Are you done? You finished?
I think I'm done. I'm like, the only thing that is maybe keeping me in is the fact that Hayes, who was on the Talking Heads with us a while back, we have been discussing the possibility of bringing Talking Heads back, but call it the Hate Watching Dead.
Oh, that's just a bit hateful, isn't it?
Yeah, it needs to be, because that show, it sucks a great big donkey dick.
Yeah.
And you know what's a shame? You know what really is a shame?
Go.
Is I've been writing reviews on the website, some movie reviews and some comic reviews, and I've started receiving the Walking Dead comics. So I've been writing reviews for the Walking Dead comics. That is fucking great material. Like, I'm loving what's going on there right now because they've just had the Whisperer War. Spoilers, I don't know if the show's going to do it because they like to remix and all that. But Negan has sort of joined the survivors, and he's kind of, I like to think he's playing it fast and loose so that he can fuck them over eventually. But the last few issues have involved him saving Rick about 4 times. So it's quite good the way they're doing it. He's getting some fantastic Kirkman dialogue. Because, by the way, Kirkman is a fucking great writer when he wants to be. But it just seems that on the TV show, he doesn't want to be. He's like, let's see how clever I can be with my own material. I'm going to remix the fuck out of it. And people are going to eat it up anyway because we're getting 17,100,000 viewers every fucking week.
Yeah, didn't you share a thing where
Yeah.
it was the most watched finale ever or something?
No, the last series had the highest ratings of any TV show in the last fucking million years. It's for some reason, even though everybody does nothing but complain about the show, everybody's still tuning in every week. And you know, like, Jeffrey Dean Morgan can only take that show so far. There's only so many times I can hear Jeffrey Dean Morgan going, "Shit, Rick," or "Damn, bitch, what shit, Lucille," and doing that thing where he, like, leans back before he says a sentence. You know, I love a bit of Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's great. He's great as Negan. Just fucking Kirkman, get a grip of the show. And I do think that it's AMC. I think AMC are the ones that are saying, right, this is how it's going to go because we're getting fantastic ratings.
Do you think that's what it is?
I do. I think they just want to stretch it out because they should be so far ahead right now.
Yeah, maybe it is that. Maybe it is that, Kev. Like, they don't want to fall into Game of Thrones territory where they get ahead of the material and they have got no idea what to do.
An article came out today in which Kirkman and Gimple turned around and says they will never catch up with the material.
Right.
I don't know how they're not going to catch up with the material because they're not that far away.
Because a series
Exactly.
is like one issue.
Well, right now it is.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't watch the last series other than the first 2 episodes, and then that was me done. But a series is fucking one issue because they get you have your big opening episode to get everyone sucked in. This is it. We're going to get a good series this time, promise. And then you get fucking like 10 episodes of bleh.
Yeah,
And then
walking around.
we're going to have an awesome mid-season finale.
Which they tend to do,
And then
but then the show finale's wank.
and then it comes back and a decent opener, and it's like, okay, now we're going to get it now. And then you get another 10 episodes of bleh.
And you know what? I'm onto them now. And I mentioned this on the Talking Dead, the Talking Heads, when we done that show. What they do is they see that the fans are losing their shit and they're not happy, so they go, Greg Nicotero, Greg, would you mind coming in and just directing the mid-season finale or the mid-season opener or the season finale, because we're losing them again. And he comes in and he does wonderful work until that last episode of the series.
Yeah, you were telling me about that in the car on the way down there.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It was like, we're going to have a massive death. There's going to be repercussions at the end of this series. They killed Sasha. Big whoop.
The very fact that they had to come out and say, we are giving you deaths in the season finale says to me that they just...
They killed Sasha and a bunch of day players. Like, it was pointless.
Everybody knew that Sasha was going to die because she did Star Trek
she's in Star
Discovery.
Trek.
And, nah, I'm not going back to it. I'm never ever going back to it.
I'm close, but I do like the idea of the hate watching dead. I really do. And I think that's a catchy enough episode name that people will come. People will come, Ray. That's my Field of Dreams.
Oh.
So, if that's us finished with what have we been watching,
Yeah,
would you like to move on to the last section?
let's do that thing.
Yeah. So, here's a cheeky little promo.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Astro Radio Z is a horror, cult, exploitation film podcast hosted by me, Derek Carey. I was one of those monster kids growing up, The one that used to sit in the back end of that video store and scour over every single last film cover you saw back there, from the slashers to the monsters to the sleazy stuff. Yeah, I was freaking obsessed, and I still am. So much so I became a filmmaker myself. Now I bring on all my filmmaker friends, critics, musicians, and any other fans of the dark arts, which are horror, exploitation, and cult film. Are you one of these people? Then tune in and listen to my show, Astro Radio Z.
So now, it's time for our top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How'd you get on with this one?
I got on well.
Good, because you chose it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't always mean that, though.
Okay. Yeah, I
You
suppose.
know, I tend to pick the top 5s.
Yeah, because...
Or suggest the top 5s, and then you double blue tick me.
But we tend to get to the day of recording, and then it's like, oh shit, we need a top 5.
As what happened before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. About 3 hours before we recorded, kind
Yep.
of. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And I've just finalised mine. Not the order, but I've finalised my 5.
I got my order. But I've got about 20. I've just hobbied it.
Sweet.
I've blaked it like a motherfucker.
No, to blake it like a motherfucker would be to do a completely different top 5.
Yeah, that's true. Like what you did in the last episode.
You could... No, you didn't stipulate the rules clear enough. Much like the trade agreement in the Fantasy League.
Stop.
So, tonight's top 5 is Top 5 TV Villians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going down the deep dark path of dark some bitches in TV world. And,
nice.
And no dirty dens, please. Mm-mm. And we have some poop shits to get onto later.
Yeah, I've got a few.
But how would you... this is your list, so how would you like to start?
Well, okay, I will start with my number 5, will I?
Well, that would
makes sense.
certainly be a good place to start.
Yeah. So, my number 5, I'm not entirely sure if you've watched this or not. Probably not. My number 5 is from Jessica Jones.
Okay.
It is David Tennant, and the character is Kilgrave.
I had a feeling that was coming. Very good,
Yep.
very good. I like that.
David Tennant is amazing in that show.
The couple of episodes that I saw, yeah, he was badass.
I showed you the clip, I think, of when he's got Jessica Jones' sister.
Yes.
And they're about to go into the... I think it's like the second last episode, or the last episode even, I'm not sure. But when he's saying, I'll basically be raping her and all that,
Yeah.
it's fucking... just David Tennant is amazing in that show. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to get on with season 2. Because...
Is he going to be in it? Or?
Spoilers, well, he got killed. So I'm assuming
Marvel.
not. It is Marvel, nobody really dies.
No.
But... Kilgrave in season 1 of Jessica Jones anyway is fucking amazing, and I don't actually know if I would have finished the series if it wasn't for David Tennant.
Yeah, because Luke Cage kind of killed that whole series.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a bit boring.
He's a very boring character.
Yeah.
Sorry, but he is, and yeah, I couldn't get through his own show.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to Defenders though.
I did like 10 minutes of his own show and I was like, nah, this isn't for me.
No, I gave it 3 episodes and that was it.
Yeah, well done. Well done. The 3-episode challenge failed.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, what's your number 5?
My number 5, and it's a shame that my number 5 is so low because I absolutely loved the character, I loved the show, and I think had this been any other list, like badass females, she might have been closer to number 1. But she sits at number 5, and it's Nina Myers. From 24.
Yep.
Like I say, any other list, she probably would have made the top 2 because I absolutely loved Sarah Chalk as the character Nina.
Yeah.
Clark. We'll go with Clark. It's right till it's wrong. And she was fantastic in that show.
She was.
The double mole, the double bluff. She was the mole, she wasn't the mole. And then right at the very end, she kills Terry Bauer, which was fucking awesome. Doing the one thing that everybody watching the show wanted to do.
And she had an amazing death as well.
She had a great death.
You know what? When Jack Bauer went to her, you can't help me anymore.
Yeah.
And he goes,
I'm done with you.
Like, no, I can't. I've still got information. And he was like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Great.
I
didn't want her to die, but it was a good death.
It was a good death. It was a great death, and it paid pathos to Jack Bauer's whole fucking thing, and that series, the way he had been that whole way through that series, that was exactly how she had to die. And yeah, I love Nina Myers, and I wish to fucking God they'd bring her back.
It's not gonna happen.
Like, I know in the new series, which I haven't been watching, I watched the first 4 episodes. I've kind of died off watching that. Tony Almeida is back in it. It would be nice if Nina Myers could be in it as well.
But she did.
She is, but Tony Almeida's died like twice.
That's very true.
Yes.
I've stopped watching that.
Yeah, I stopped watching it. I was like, nah, this isn't for me. It's not Jack Bauer. So yeah, number 5. Again, any other list of like badass bitches, and she's probably number 2. But in this list, I had to knock her down a few.
Fair enough. Nina Myers is good.
I was gutted I had to knock her down that far, but it's like, you know what, I can't.
I did have her on my list before, but there was like 20 on the list.
Yeah.
It was a very, very easy list to make, and
It is.
not so easy to narrow down.
It is, and there's like a lot that should be on my list that aren't.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit gutted about some of them, but it's
Although,
cool.
you know what, when I googled it before to get some ideas, as you do, you know what? And one of them came up. Tony Soprano. Tony Soprano's not a villain.
He kind of is, because he's a mafia boss. But
Tony Soprano is an anti-hero.
yeah,
He's not a villain.
You would never put him on a villain list.
No.
I certainly wouldn't. I didn't put him on mine.
Stupid idiots.
But yeah, he was on a lot of lists. Yeah.
No, I'm not having that.
So you're number 4.
My number 4, I have a Hobbit. I have gone all Monster of the Weekie.
Okay.
Yep. So you know what I like.
Flash.
Fuck that shit. Yeah, I've got the stupid rubber fucking shark thing.
Cool.
Pish.
King Shark.
Don't. Yeah. So I've gone X-Files and Buffy
All right.
in the same list because they're both Monster of the Week type shows.
Okay.
For X-Files, I've gone Eugene Victor Toombs.
Yeah,
If
I
ever
know
get
you
to
love that character, yeah.
Toombs is great. He
Yeah.
is creepy as fuck. And he scared the shit out of me when I first watched season 1. For Buffy, we've spoken about them. The Gentleman.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be the scariest Monster of the Weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, they were scary
Like-
as shit. I wasn't keen on them. Like,
I know you weren't, but,
scary wise,
like,
I wasn't keen on them. They didn't.
I would put, for scary as fuck, for me personally, I would put the Gentleman and Toombs on the same par.
I'll give you that.
But Toombs, if you're not aware of it, what's wrong with you? Have a word with yourself. Go back and watch the X-Files season 1. Toombs is a guy who he's like a mutant, and I think it's every 50 years he comes out of hibernation. He harvests so many livers, similar to the Gentleman actually.
Yeah.
Huh.
Is that why you put them in the same list?
I didn't think of it until just now.
But that is why you put them on your list.
Yeah, maybe like a subconscious thing.
Probably.
Yeah, I will go with that. Right, yep, so Victor Toombs, Eugene Victor Toombs even, and the Gentleman.
Cool. I like that. I like that. My number 4. Yeah. I'm struggling with this one because I'm going to have to drop one of these two. And I really don't want to. So what I'll do is I'll put somebody else at number 4 just now. My number 4
Right.
is Andrew Scott as Moriarty in Sherlock.
Okay.
Phenomenal. Again, should be higher. Just I couldn't knock anybody else down any lower. I loved Andrew Scott as Moriarty, even in the last series, when, let's be honest, he was a bit of a caricature of himself in that last episode, but it was perfect. He was perfect. He was great. I loved
That was
him.
just one big cock tease, those, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. I did absolutely love Andrew Scott. And in that first series, when he was in the swimming pool at the end of the episode, just brilliant. The whole thing was brilliant. Then the episode when he sort of had the bit back and forth and then supposedly allegedly died, just phenomenal. The guy can act his balls off.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely love Andrew Scott. Loved him as Moriarty. Sherlock.
Except, the problem is, whenever I see Andrew Scott now, I'm thinking, be Moriarty.
Yeah, in the James Bond movie, it was like be Moriarty. Even in Locke, when he
Because
goes...
probably if it was Moriarty, it would have been a better movie.
Yeah.
Which isn't really difficult.
But even in the movie Locke with Tom Hardy, where he's literally he's the guy on the end of the phone, you just want to go hello and just do his Moriarty, you know, like the whole time you're like, it's Moriarty, do it now, do the roar, you know, but he didn't. Yeah. So that's my number.
Good call. Yeah. Yeah. So my number 3, I have not gone Monster of the Week. I have gone like sort of overall big bads.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. So there's 3. I've got 3. The first one is the Borg.
Right, okay. I had a feeling they would show up.
The second one is the Jem'Hadar
Okay.
from DS9. Mm-hmm. The third one is the Daleks.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no surprises there
They-
from either
they
three.
would- no, not
or
at all.
any of the three. The Borg, not so much Voyager, because Voyager, they kind of... Well, they started fighting them and they succeeded in fighting them, and that's not the point of the Borg. But in TNG and First Contact, they were actually a threatening ass villain. And any time, well, I mean, fuck me, they assimilated Picard, for Christ's sake. You know,
And you don't be doing that.
well, exactly.
Not to Picard.
But the Borg in TNG anyway were like a threatening
Yeah.
overall character or you know, species or whatever. The Jem'Hadar in DS9, similar kind of thing. They brought them in, they were all threatening and stuff, and then they were fucking badasses. And really, that lasted really until the end of the actual series finale.
All right, yeah.
we're
down
going there
that
again.
road,
Yeah.
Jesus.
That lasted until
The season finale.
the series finale.
The season.
Okay, the season finale of season fucking 7.
Okay.
Right. They were badasses right until the end of the show.
Yeah.
The end of the show. That's what we'll go with.
The end of the show.
Yeah, okay. The Daleks, most of the time, anytime they show up, they're fucking badasses.
Although they can't go upstairs.
Most of the time. They can't go upstairs. They have hovery things.
They fixed that, did they?
Yeah.
Wow.
With the Eccleston series.
Okay, back in the 60s and 70s, they couldn't go upstairs.
Yeah, that's different. So the Daleks. That's my number 3.
Yeah, I had a feeling that they would turn up. My number 3 is a double act. Yeah. You could say I hobbied it. I didn't hobby it. It's a double act. It's a father and daughter duo.
Mm-hmm.
It is Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon.
Sweet, yes.
of the
I
WWE.
am on board with that.
Because, let's be honest, you can't get a bigger bitch than Stephanie McMahon on TV.
No.
She is an absolute cunt.
She's fucking great. She's
But-
fun.
but we
You know,
love her.
One of the love Stephanie.
We do.
There was maybe a few years ago now. I'm not sure. It was Vicky Guerrero had been fired,
Right.
and Steph had forced her to do like an old school like wrestling in mud thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remember
aye.
that?
Yeah, aye.
And Steph was being a cocky cock and like dancing, going, hey, goodbye. And fucking, she sort of turned round and she saw Vicky Guerrero covered in mud, fucking glaring at
Yeah.
her. And she was like, oh. And then she got speared into the mud. It was fucking great.
But you know what? This is the fantastic thing about Stephanie McMahon, and it's why I love her. She's the ultimate bitch. She's a total badass. But you know what? For the company, for the needs of the company, for kayfabe, whatever you want to call it, she isn't above getting thrown through a table, getting speared. You know, she's been battered more times than most women on the WWE, and she's just fantastic.
Yeah, she is fantastic.
And it doesn't hurt that she's easy on the
But
eyes.
same with Vince back in the day with
Yeah.
Stone Cold. He wasn't afraid.
Vince
Even
is a
with
badass.
he did a match with Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania where he had a bin over his head on the table.
Aye.
He wasn't afraid to take a knock.
No, Vince is taking knocks all like he a bit roided out at points, but allegedly. But yeah, it's a great double act. I love the authority in the WWE. I love Vince, and I couldn't put Shane in there because Shane's not a bad guy. Shane's a good guy.
I can't imagine Shane pulling that off.
Nah, he couldn't do it. So yeah, Vince and Stephanie
Good
McMahon.
call. Very, very
Number
good
3.
call. Very good call. Yep. My number 2. I have hobbied again, but okay. This is Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, aye.
So
Everybody.
my hobby is Joffrey Baratheon
Cool.
and Ramsay Bolton.
Yep. I was gonna have Ramsay, but I knew you would, so I
Yeah.
stayed away from him.
I didn't want Ramsay to die. I'm still
Why would they
gutted.
kill him? That was
And it
insane
was a
to kill
shit death
Ramsay.
as well.
Yeah,
Give him a ghost.
yeah.
Sansa, you do it, you fucking lazy ginger bitch.
She hasn't done anything for 6 series.
Give him a ghost. I know that he starved his dog so that it would eat. What is it? He's
Everything.
He's step brother or
stepbrother
yeah.
son.
Ew. But give him a ghost. Have Ghost do something.
Yep.
That's what pisses me off, right? I love Game of Thrones. I know that you're kind of dwindling off.
Yeah, it's ever since they caught up.
Yeah, it's kind of on a shaky nail with you a little
Yeah,
bit.
now that they're just making shit up, I
Yeah.
don't find it as intriguing.
Yeah. I know, fair play, fair enough. But I love Game of Thrones, but Joffrey's death, fine. Mm-hmm. It was a good death, but Ramsay's death was not. He deserved a better death than that. And I thought he was a great character, and I don't think he should have died yet.
He shouldn't have. He should have been in it for a long time.
He at least should have had a fucking sword fight with Jon Snow.
And Mark Gatiss is coming back to Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah. Bothered?
Not really. He's just a banker, isn't he?
He was only in that one, 5 seconds.
Yeah, he works in a bank.
I know what you're saying about Ramsay's death, though. It should have been so much more than it was, and it was a big gun. Very much so.
Give him a ghost. Ghost, it's. I know it's quite. Obviously it's a fucking CGI big bastard wolf, but there's so many scenes where you're thinking, well, fucking Ghost should surely be there.
Mm-hmm. What's he doing? Where is he?
Yeah, lazy. Sitting in the corner licking his booze.
So that was your
number 2.
That was your number 2. I think our number 1s are exactly the same.
I don't think they are.
So
I really don't think they are.
I wasn't going to do this, but I am, because I don't want to drop either of them. Both of these characters, my number 2, were in TV shows set in prisons.
Oh, okay.
So my number 2, one of them is Teabag from Prison Break.
Yep.
Because he's a menacing, rapey bastard.
Yep.
And what's his name that plays him? Robert Nepper is fantastic as Teabag. Probably the only reason I might watch the new Prison Break series.
I'm not going to watch that.
I don't want to, but Teabag's in it, so...
Did you read the thing? Tangent for a second, right, before you get to your other pick.
Which I'm guessing you know.
The Freak.
Yeah, The Freak.
But the maker or the writer of of Prison Break has said that there's not going to be a season 6 because they've got no idea what to do.
Okay, so why do this series?
Because of money.
Ah, yeah, money.
Allegedly.
Money and reboots and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, The Freak.
But yeah, my other number 2 is The Freak Ferguson from Wentworth. She is
She's
ultimate. She's so fantastic.
Did you and Lindsay finish last season of
I don't think
Wentworth?
we have yet, no.
Oh,
no.
Okay, I'll shut up.
Last I saw, she was now in
because she's in the prison.
Yeah, that was the last I saw. She was now in the prison. I love Wentworth. I could have picked any character from Wentworth, really. Frankie's great, but I don't look at Frankie as a bad guy.
You just think you look at Frankie and go, oh.
Yeah. You could even say that Honeybee, B. Smith, you could even say that she's a baddie. She's getting more and more badass as it goes on. She's top dog, But for me, Ferguson she's vile. She's horrendous.
She's off her fucking head.
But she's so fucking good.
Yeah.
And you can't help but love her. She's mental, but you can't help it.
I'll not give you any spoilers because I know you're not finished it, but she starts playing games with them as the Freak would.
Yeah.
And she starts playing games with them and pitting them against each other. Yeah. That's fucking great.
I just loved her. I absolutely love her, and it wasn't a surprise to me when you found out that the fencing guy that was training her. It wasn't a surprise when you found out that it was her dad, but then it was even less of a surprise when you realised that he wasn't even there. Like he was dead. Like spoilers, but he was dead, and that was even less of a surprise. That didn't come as a surprise to me at all. But all of that stuff in that series was just fucking brilliant. Just as you saw her slowly but rapidly losing her mind, and just be getting the upper hand on her, and then it's like, right, when she comes back, because you knew she was going to end up in the prison, when she comes back, shit's going to fly. She is just going to decimate, and I love her. I love the actress. I think Wentworth's amazing.
I'm not going to say it.
If
you need to get it finished.
If you're not watching Wentworth, you need to watch Wentworth Prison. It's fantastic.
Definitely watch it. It's season 4.
Yeah. It's on Netflix as well, so get it watched.
Is it really?
The whole thing's on Netflix.
You know what? I actually might go back and watch that from season 1.
Oh, I love it.
Because it's damn good.
I just love it.
Is there season 5 been confirmed, or?
I think it has. It has to have been. It's not a show that can go anywhere right now. And the thing that I do love is that it's based off of Prisoner Cell Block H from years back, but the way they've went with it, it's not a prequel anymore, because in Prisoner Cell Block H, Ferguson was a guard.
Yeah.
Like, she wasn't the governor, but she was a guard in the prison. She was called the Freak, and she was a guard. But now she's in prison, so it can't be a prequel anymore. And they're just doing their own thing, which
is fine.
Which I absolutely love.
Yeah.
And yeah, frankly, it does make me go, ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. She always wears those fluorescent thongs as well. So, would you like to do poop shoots before we do our number one?
Yeah, let's do that.
Talking about fluorescent thongs and then going on to poop shoots.
Well, Deb's in there, so...
Well, I put it out. I'll do mine first. I put it out to the Get Fresh crew. Whoop, whoop. Big shout out to those boys over there. This is the weird science group that you don't like. It's not that you don't like, but you just won't entertain a thing called Slack.
Nope, I refuse.
So, yeah...
Except when it's your... What?
The good man, Repairman Jack over there, he said Cersei Lannister, Forrest Whitaker on The Shield, Omar from The Wire, Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, and Tony Soprano, but we've already covered that.
That's not counting.
Andrew in Belfast. Oh, we won a competition with Andrew in Belfast.
Yeah.
We're getting some free stuff. That's cool.
Free stuff?
Yeah. He went with Livia Soprano. Ooh. Oh, stab me right here.
I don't like that kind of talk. Oh, that was quite good.
So yeah, it was actually, yeah. Tuco from the Breaking Bad.
Fuck you, Brugger, that was quite good.
Evil Lynn.
From He-Man.
Yeah, go with that. Yeah. Frank Underwood from
Evil
House
Lynn
of Cards.
Skeletor.
I don't know. And Chuck from Better Call Saul. And Toby Hagen said top 5 TV villains, bitches. Ira Gaines, season 1 of 24. He was the one that was watching him on the monitors and all that.
Yeah.
Making him do things. He's not bad. Beastman from He-Man. Gail Boychich from Breaking Bad. The US government and X-Files. Dr. Claus, Cat, and Inspector Gadget. I'll give him that if he wants it. And Aaron Anderson, last one. Queen something from Gallivant. Red off the orange is the new black. The Widow...
Red's not a villain.
Which one's Red?
It's Janeway.
Yeah, it's not a villain. Oh, yeah. Chicago Justice started this week. Don't watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna, but okay.
Fake Janeway's in it. That's what made me think, Fake Janeway from Walking Dead.
Oh, then no.
She's
If it was real Janeway, then I might. But
and also Fake Red John from The Mentalist. Yeah. So, The Widow of Into the Badlands. Have you watched Into the Badlands? Did you ever watch that? Fantastic. Cersei Lannister, Game of Thrones. Jada Pinkett Smith in real life. No, off Gotham. Yeah, because she ruined that show for me. Villains, bitches. Yeah, they seem to be enjoying the villains, bitches. So, yeah, that's them. So, what else do you have?
Oh, not Slack. So Ian Lawson said Piers Morgan.
Nice.
Yep.
Real life?
Real life, I actually said he'll be more reserved for top TV cunts.
See,
along with Nigel Farage.
You know what, though, right? And I'm going to stand up for him here.
No, you're not.
I am. Piers Morgan makes entertaining TV. He's an asshole, and his points of view are wrong. Clearly wrong. And he's a dick. But he's entertaining as fuck.
You see, it's people like you why he's still on TV.
Because he's entertaining?
No, he's not. He's a fucking arsehole.
They put him on a panel in Good Morning Britain with two touchy women. Not that all women are touchy, I would never say that. But the two women on this show are very touchy about everything. And then they get Piers Morgan to say something. Anything. He could say whatever he wants, and it will cause an argument.
No, the guy's an arsehole.
Because Piers Morgan,
No, arsehole.
He is an arsehole.
Big Sexy Dev said Kingpin from season 1 of Daredevil.
Wilson Fisk.
Ian also said Delgado's Master. Delgado is the first guy who played the Master in Doctor Who.
Okay.
He said Alfred Bester.
Is that another
who is on Babylon 5, and he's played by Chekhov.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know Chekhov played a villain. He said Richard Roper, who is Hugh Laurie in the Night Manager. Mark Hamill's Joker.
Yep.
And Doug said Cigarette Smoking Man.
Yeah. That came up a lot.
Yeah. And I shouldn't have said that out loud, actually, because it's my fucking number one.
Was
Cigarette Smoking Man is my
Is
number
that your
one.
number
I
one?
shouldn't have said that out loud.
Okay.
Spoilers.
You shouldn't have.
Yeah, stupid idiot. Anyway, yeah, so he also said Phil Leotardo from The Sopranos.
Yeah.
I think more Ralphie.
Oh, but Ralphie's cool.
He's cool, but he's a fucking wrong one.
But that scene when he's in the elevator, we always talk about it when we talk about The Sopranos, but the scene when he's in the elevator and the hitman's about to kill him, and Ralphie has no idea the hitman's about to kill him, and it gets called off, and he still stands there, and he says to the guy, "What the fuck are you looking at?" And it's like, "You arsehole, you were this close." Great scene, love it. Sopranos, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also said Davros from Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Jeff from Hobie said Ben from Lost.
I disagree with that one.
I really can't remember.
He was a wrong one to start with, but by the end of the show, by the end of the whole thing, he's kind of like the main character, so to speak. Like he's a good guy by the end.
I really can't remember.
That's why, right? That's why when you watch the Lost finale, which people don't get because they're fucking thick, but that's why Ben doesn't walk into the church at the end, because he doesn't feel like he's worthy. Because yes, he started off as a villain, but he's not anymore, and he's transformed, but he still doesn't think he's worthy to go to heaven. That's why he doesn't walk into the church. And if you didn't get that, you're a fucking moron. So, what's your number one, buddy?
My number one is the Cigarette Smoking Man from the X-Files.
Really?
Yeah.
I really did not see that one
Did not
coming.
see it coming? Yeah.
No, I didn't see that one coming.
Silly bastard.
He's in it all the time, isn't he?
He's great. He was a great villain, an iconic villain. Everybody knew who the Cigarette Smoking Man was. You know, if you say to some stupid idiot on the street, Cigarette Smoking Man, well, you might get a millennial who's a moron.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony. He'll probably do like a gang sign at you.
He'd be like, cigarette smoking man. What? We're going to an EDL rave. EDM rave. Jesus.
What's EDL?
Oh.
English Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, you don't go to those raves.
No, never that.
No.
Yeah, but an iconic character.
He came up a lot.
A great fucking actor as well. He killed JFK. And, you know, what more do you want?
Is that who really killed JFK?
Yeah.
Obviously, X-Files said it.
Well, Doug hasn't said it yet on the Dallas Action, but he's getting there.
Is that going to be Doug's last episode? He's going to be like, so I know who did it. I've worked it all down to the last guy, and it was Cigarette Smoking Man.
Just filler. Just all filler until he gets to Cigarette
That
Smoking Man.
would actually be quite good if that was his last episode. Yeah.
I'm going to call that.
Call it now.
But yeah, Cigarette Smoking Man, great character, great villain.
I'll give you that one. I'm fully invested in that one. I'm not a massive, huge fan of X-Files like you are, but it is a character that you know. And like you say, you could walk up to anybody, say Cigarette Smoking Man, they go X-Files.
Unless it's like Tony.
Yeah, unless Tony an EDL
Well,
rave.
to be fair, you're not going to get word in edgeways with Tony because he's going to be speaking about Affleck's Batman. So.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. And his love of Dawn of Justice.
Yeah.
His favourite villain, Lex Luthor. Mm-hmm. So...
I think he's going to grow his hair.
Probably.
Like that.
Probably.
Yeah, so what's your number one?
It's obvious. It couldn't be anything else. We spoke about it a couple of episodes back. I think it was when we were talking about scenes in a TV show or whatnot. My number one is John Lithgow as the Trinity Killer.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't go anywhere else. Okay, Dexter was a damp squib towards the end. Well, at the end, it totally fucked everything. But you cannot take anything away from the Trinity Killer. John Lithgow was fucking amazing in that role.
Yeah.
He slow played it like a son of a bitch, sinister as balls. You never really knew where you stood with the Trinity Killer. Like, is he going to snap any minute? Is he going to, I almost actually put Dexter Morgan as my number one.
See, Dexter's alongside Tony Soprano for me.
He's an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Like, he's a killer, but he's doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
You know, he has a code. You know, but Trinity, for me, just one of the best all-time TV bad guys. Like, that was sort of... I was watching Dexter, and I was enjoying it, but I just thought it was cheesy nonsense for the first series. Like, Dokes is a caricature of any person. Like,
yeah,
you can't take that character serious. You can't take Masuka serious. You can't really take Batista serious. But when you got to that series with the Trinity Killer, they'd all of a sudden found their footing. They knew what the show was, they knew who Dexter was, and they had the perfect villain for him. And so yeah, John Lithgow, like
Well, that's the thing as well. You know, when you sort of read John Lithgow is going to be the big bad of Dexter. It's like John Lithgow, the
Mr.
guy
Solomon.
Mr. Solomon, the guy from Santa Claus. For free! John Lithgow for free!
Yeah, it would have been great if he did that. It would have been actually pretty cool. But yeah, John Lithgow, the Trinity Killer, number one.
Good call.
I love them. And Dirty Den, nowhere near my list. No.
Never that.
So with that, we'll just start wrapping up the show, I guess.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell the good people where they can find us for one last time before we go?
Oh, fuck me.
Because they'll have to come back for episode 72, which, depending on what happens tomorrow night, will be the part 2 of SFW.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Yes, it will. So, if you look for us on the Facebooks and the Twitters, look for 365 Flicks Podcast. You can also look for us on our website, 365flickspodcast.co.uk. And the networks, Weeby Geeks, Nerdly.co.uk, Tangent Bound, Wicked Radio Network, and #PoddenFamily.
And you can find us on iTunes, you can find us on Libsyn, Stitcher,
but you're already listening, so we assume you found us on iTunes or whatever.
Satchel, and any other third-party podcasting app. But not Podomatic, because they're assholes.
Yeah, fuck them.
And I maintain that statement. I do.
Yeah.
People often call me out on that, but I do maintain it.
We're also going to see The Damp Night Guys again in June. Yes, we are.
Okay.
Well, you've said you're going. So.
Why?
What do you mean why?
We've done it already. Did we not do it twice already?
We've done it twice. And you did awesome, noises the last.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I did make amazing wanky noises.
You did make it.
I'm quite good at making wanky noises.
I know, I heard you in the caravan.
Yeah, you heard me. You heard me. But yeah.
I was joining in from across the ball,
Probably the next episode will be Sci-Fi Weekender Part 2. We have some Doctor Who interviews. Yep, which we managed to talk about as little Doctor Who as possible. We have a couple of people that we met there will be coming on and talking.
That's going to be pretty cool.
About their things.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give anything away, so come back for episode 72 and it will all be there for you.
Yep.
And with that, we will say goodbye and I'll cue the music.
Do the music.
Be the right.
Yeah.